Live from the Streamline Mortgage Solutions studio, it's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello, this is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Show number 562.
There is absolutely nothing happening in the world. Welcome to show number 562 of A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here wearing no hoodie, but wearing the same shirt that I have on, white bullets.
White
bullets. What's it sound like when you shoot white bullets?
All right.
She can hang.
If it-
She doesn't get uncomfortable like you do.
It makes noise. That's not good.
Yeah, but
Yours
she
doesn't
can
make noise?
You're a dribbler, aren't you?
Dribble.
Seth, are you a dribbler or a shooter?
Squirter
I was
or
trying to look at
dribbler?
Sam's shirt to see. It looks like they actually are shooting bullets.
Too far.
Yeah.
Wowie,
Pull
wooey.
it down. I can't see the top part.
Go back to the Super Bowl.
Pull one titty out of neck hole, please. One titty out of neck hole.
Wait,
Wait,
I
do you
could
ask if
even
I was,
do that.
I was a dribbler?
I don't think you could either. I bet your titty's bigger than my neck.
Could be.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
In circumference, for sure.
Yeah.
Let's
Like it
measure it.
wouldn't. It just the nipple would peek through the top. You know, it looked like that small head guy in Beetlejuice in the waiting room. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Okay, let's laugh because we're gonna have to get some laughter. We need some laughter, man. It's too fucking weird out there.
Where the Seth Petrozelli's here wearing a stupid goddamn
Can't
mask.
tell.
No, he's really wearing the
I need him
mask.
to keep that on.
By the way,
I didn't want you guys knowing it was me.
I did.
Oh yeah. The people were like, "Who
Big
the fuck is
UFC
that?"
hat.
I did mention. I'm like, where'd you get that shit? I mean, that's been sold out for a month now.
He's got a
I've got-
whole fucking room.
This is
No.
stupid painter's
It's a painter's
mask.
mask.
It doesn't do anything.
I had this 2 years ago when I was rehabbing my house. When my dad and I were rehabbing my house.
That's a painter. That's the same mask they gave me when I thought I had the flu.
Yeah.
Okay,
Same
look,
shit.
It's only, I'm telling you
it
guys all right
keeps
now,
shit
it's for
from
me to stop touch. I have a twitch where I touch my nose a lot. I always touch my nose. And then this thing always bangs my fucking mouth and it disgusts
Why
me
are
every
you licking
time.
the microphone? I
can't
clean all the
help
mics. People ask that. Like I spray them with Lysol.
I know, I believe you.
Last week, I took both of the pop filters, these on these SM7Bs, and I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but I figured you could. They're sponges. I rinsed them out with soapy water and then rinsed them real good and then just let them dry. I hope you're allowed to do that. I don't fucking know. I don't know anything about this fucking microphone.
So, real quick, we postponed our BDM only event tomorrow. So if you
Don't
haven't
show up.
if you haven't got the email, we sent an email to all BDMs letting them know.
Yep.
We put it on the BDM Facebook page. We're trying to get
put it on some of the other pages, shared it on social medias and whatnots.
And of course, basically, we made the call a couple days ago when everything started. Large public gatherings and everybody. It seemed society was all in understanding. Like, hey, let's ease up on getting a bunch of people together. So we figured we'd follow suit and do the responsible thing. And nobody's out anything. So I hope you have enough notice to cancel any Airbnbs or hotels or any babysitter plans.
God, I felt so bad for one lady who had, I think she had an Airbnb.
Yeah.
And she was going to be out like $200, and I was just like, I'll take care of it. I mean, I felt horrible, and then she was actually able to rectify the situation quite handily.
Yeah.
herself. I thought that was pretty awesome. So yeah, get on it now, and we obviously apologize. You know, it wasn't our intention to want to cancel, but we also we want to make the correct decision.
They do this responsible thing for
Oh, yeah.
I
everybody.
mean, Disney's shutting down.
Yeah,
right. Right.
Be
I think-
irresponsible.
And I don't think I didn't see anybody really. I mean, maybe a couple of people said, "Oh, the media got you" or something like that. But nobody, everybody was pretty understanding about it. I think we're all kind of at the same spot.
Yeah, and really, we're not today. Me and Daniel talked about it. We're just we're gonna try to do make everybody laugh
Yeah,
and do a
try
goofy show and do what we do, and not because I'm sure you have been inundated with all this stuff. So we're not the right show to get the information out. So go to the CDC.
If you want to
and
vent, you could call the show. We'll
Yeah,
talk to you, but tell us something funny. Let's have some fun. Let's try to keep our mind off the fact that we're all in this together.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing you should remember is that we are all in this together. So cooler minds and heads prevail.
Yeah.
So when you're out there,
just
be nice.
don't panic,
Be
and
sweet.
then also don't say bullshit. This is all nothing. The answer's in between. Everybody just be responsible, and
Be cool, bro.
Yeah, and then follow science, please.
Yeah, Oh God! Can I tell you one thing though that did bother me?
What?
I don't want to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it anyway because it was the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
No.
We've had him in here before. Brandon T. Jackson, the comedian.
Was he the guy
That was in. He's been in some TV shows. He's in that.
was he in that movie with the
Yeah, the Percy Jackson.
Stone? Yeah. That was
Percy Jackson Stone. Yeah,
Some
he's in the
shit.
Hell are
movie.
you guys
Wait, in the
talking about?
Olympia.
Yes,
the Olympia
yes.
something.
I knew you'd know this dumb juvenile bullshit.
Yeah.
And so he's very, very into, and I don't want to I don't necessarily want to mock. I'll be careful what I say. It's like a religion, I think. But remember those guys I saw in D.C. that were like militant black dudes, and they dress in almost like the Knights of Templar.
Yeah, they're downtown Orlando.
Yeah,
all the
you
time.
see them downtown sometimes. It's almost like a bit of
harass
that.
them.
I thought that was a public safety, or those guys were committed to.
No, you're talking about the Guardian Angels.
Okay.
Totally different.
This
These
is
guys are
Guardian
those guys. The
Used to
Guardian
storm the
Angels.
malls in the 90s.
Yeah, those are the guys with the satin jackets and the berets that would go around, and then if
But there's another.
These guys are
group
just religious and they hand out pamphlets.
yeah, and they hate
I-
white
okay.
people.
Yeah, I hate white- I throw-
if you
I
walk
throw-
by, they're like, "Look at the more
yeah.
white devils walking by," and they're yelling at you, and I'm like, there I am."
That's pretty funny.
know,
I
and
throw wet napkins at them all
So
the time.
this guy, I'm not saying that's what he is, but he's religious, and he's on his Instagram, and he's like, people are asking me if my show's gonna got canceled, and he's like, it's not gonna get canceled. I'm not scared of any corona. That shit's fake. There's no such thing as corona. You don't get that shit if you're a Negro and you're tough and you believe in the God. And he started quoting scripture, and I'm like,
say that word.
fuck, man. I was like, I don't know if I would say that. Even if I fully believe that, that's not true. That's not true. That God, you can't just put up a God barrier to stop you from some fucking disease that could kill you.
By the way, it would be funny.
I wish you could. If you could, I'd believe in God.
It would be funny if you started saying that. I'm a Negro. I can't get it.
No, that's what he
I'm
said.
Crazy.
I'm not saying that to be racist anyway. That's what he said. And I was like, oh my God. And then for a split second, I did think, because I'm a hypochondriac, I'm like, oh God, I'm white. I'm as good as dead.
Yeah.
Maybe he's right.
Even the Pope canceled a lot of his meetings where a lot of gatherings would happen with a lot of people and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it just shows you that. Come on.
We're
Pray
I just thought it was funny because I was like, don't say that. Don't tell people that the God wall will save them from the virus. Just like you said, trust science and be smart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's plenty of dodos out there, and there's plenty of irrational fears and all that stuff. Filter that as best you can.
Then
And
later,
please,
I think he had to do another message. Later in my Instagram feed, it came up and he's like, okay, so seriously, just be careful. He's almost trying to damage control.
He's like, what the fuck are you doing, you idiot?
It was like some damage control, and I was just laughing. I'm like, don't fucking say that, man. I mean, believe in whatever you want to believe in, but don't harm people with your dumb ideas. So anyway, what do you want to do now, man? What do you want to jump into?
Well,
Other than Seth wearing a mask the entire show.
I'll take it off of you.
Hey, you had the flu. How you feeling?
I'm feeling better now.
Better?
Oh yeah, much better.
What was? I mean, you couldn't come in. You're feeling really
yeah,
bad.
I was feeling like 101 was the max.
Did you think you had corona?
Oh, 100% thought I had corona.
Yeah.
When I was in the doctor's, I kept saying, why aren't you testing me? Can you test me? Is there a test?
Yeah,
they
I don't
test
think
you for the flu, and you test positive for flu.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they stick that thing in your both nostrils. It hurts.
Way up in there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too far.
It wasn't fun. But no, I felt it was like 4 or 5 days of just body aches, a little bit of cough, headache.
Did your girl take care of you?
Yeah, she made me some nice just paleo chicken dumpling soup. It was
What's a
really-
paleo?
So the dumpling, there's no wheat in the dumpling. It's just it's like coconut flour, almond flour. That's the dumpling. So instead of the shit stuff that.
Yeah. No, that sounds good.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, she took care of me.
She
She didn't care about kissing me, fucking me, nothing either. I was like, "You're gonna catch this," and she's like, "I don't care." I'm like, "All right."
That's ride or die. That's what you want.
She's
was
also
cool.
young.
You were
That's what
fucking
you
with
want.
the flu?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. it was-
You know what Seth stumbled upon
The
something
first
when
2
I
days,
was
yes, the
when
third
I
and the
was
second day.
young, when I got sick, I would suck and fuck too. But when you get old and you get sick, you just go in a room to die. You don't suck and fuck. There's none of that.
The last few days of it, I was all shriveled up, and I was like, I'm not doing anything.
Your wiener turns gray.
My wiener had the
a
fever.
fever,
That
yeah.
had the fever.
Maybe it was those dumplings. Paleo dumplings.
Dumplings are good.
So the other day, I get home from work and Tommy runs up and he's like, "Daddy, can we play baseball outside?" And I was like, "Yes!" I was like, I
It's
got
happening.
excited.
But baseball, really?
Yeah. So now he's holding a tennis ball.
Hey, it's a start, dude. It's
yeah.
a start.
I used to play baseball with tennis balls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
It's all we had.
And
Safer too.
so I got excited because
I love it.
I've been waiting for my sons to show interest. I've been trying to I constantly want to go outside, throw balls, and have them be interested in sports and stuff. And
Yeah,
they're kind of disinterested, and especially Tommy.
Well, they are little, man. I think
Yeah.
sometimes you and I have a bad problem with projecting what we want them to do. Like, I'm the guy that
Yeah.
bought the Power Wheels for my daughter when she was like half a year old. She couldn't even hold her head up. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
buying things that I had no business buying.
But I will say my number one piece of advice for new parents is don't buy shit too early. Don't take them to places too early because you get
It's a waste.
Yeah, it's a total waste.
And don't buy them anything. You can get shit from your friends for the first 4 years.
Yeah.
Like hand-me-downs?
Oh,
Shoes,
Because it's-
clothes, what do you name it? Cribs, beds.
But I bought them a T-ball set when they were 2 and 1
Yeah,
and too
it's
young.
too young.
And then the damn thing I left
I'm with you,
outside.
man. I do the same thing.
It got moldy, and then I pumped it in the trash. And now that they want to play, and then I'm like, "Fuck the T-ball! I have nothing."
Yeah.
So
I've done the same thing.
So I was looking around. I had a
There's a
broomstick. I
Power
couldn't-
Wheels Audi in my garage right now collecting dust.
Yeah. And so I'm looking around for a baseball bat. There's a broomstick and some other shit. I'm like, God damn it, couldn't find
Hey,
it.
stickball
Yeah.
works, man.
Yeah, and I just thought that it was going to be frustrating when try hitting a tennis ball with a broomstick. Way
Tennis
harder.
racket? Tennis racket?
Don't have that tennis racket. Not that white.
How about
So-
racquetball?
No, they got nothing.
I went through a racquetball phase.
What about a little foursquare? With a little bouncy red ball and make a little chalk.
Oh, foursquare
like a little
would be
chalk,
good.
A chalk square.
Chalk and a red ball.
Chalk and a red ball.
That game is stupid. And
Oh, I fucking
We all
love
played that
Foursquare.
That was like
ladies.
the best game in
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Like
And then you
fucking amazing.
slam it?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Cherry bombs, they were called.
Yeah, dude. Fucking
You
Foursquare.
had to
is where
call
it's
out
at.
cherry bomb.
I want to do a BDM Foursquare tournament. That'd be fun as
I
hell.
remember getting beamed in the head with those balls though, because I was getting bullied. That sucked.
So I went outside. I was excited because
They called me a pudge ball.
and this lends itself to my whole theory that Tommy was born the way he was and the way he is and the what he's interested in and his personality deep rooted that shit came out
Yeah.
of him alone.
He hasn't changed very much since day one of me meeting him to now. He's pretty dialed in. Yeah, he knows what he likes.
I'm looking at the difference between Max and Tommy. I'm like, this shit is nature.
Yeah.
It's nature
It's
how
a
he is
cum
right now.
dice roll.
You can mold it, but you can only mold it a certain amount.
Yeah.
You're gonna be.
Well, your influence only goes so far, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, I just spit everywhere. You guys are all
See,
quarantined now.
see.
But so I
Good spin on me.
I get all happy, and then I'm like, and then Max, of course, he likes playing, but I'm like, focusing more on Tommy because I wanted to get him interested into sports.
Well, if you get Tommy, Max will follow suit.
Of course, yeah.
Because he's the older boy.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the nerd sport. You got to get him in.
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu.
Any of that to help him. He's kind of shy, leans more towards that. And
Yeah.
birthday parties, hanging around his mom's legs, as opposed to Max
Yeah.
is just out there.
Maybe he just likes pussy.
So anyway, I'm out in my backyard, and so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna throw the ball, and we'll start with catch, right? So he's like, how far do I go? I'm like, run over there. He runs probably 50 feet,
Okay.
and turns around. And then it's like, yeah! then falls to the ground. And I'm like, what happened? What happened? And he's like, my feet, they burn. And then I look down, and my fucking Pica's back.
Oh,
and
my
the goddamn
God.
raccoons, I only assume, brought the Pica. And we mentioned this in some show. I thought we did so much recording because we were going to go to Colorado next week.
I don't even know where I'm at right now.
So I probably mentioned this next week like sometime.
No,
but
it hasn't been aired yet. But you were talking to me a little bit about your theory is that the raccoons that have reinvaded, these are two problems that you had eradicated.
Yeah.
This is why 2020 is starting off wrong for everybody, not just in 2019, you had fully eradicated both the raccoon problem and the Pica.
Yeah.
Who would have known that they were interconnected?
Yeah. And apparently...
They gathered the seeds of the Pica
in the raccoon fur.
On their fur.
And
then when they use your fence...
They jump down in, it
Falls
drops
off,
out, and then it seeded my yard with goddamn stinging nettles.
How do you get rid of it?
In
the new grass, the new grass you planted in the nice lush yard.
Yes.
Oh shit.
And now there's less.
What about in the rootlands up front?
No, it's a barren desert up there. There's nothing that can grow. It's
okay, so
wasteland.
the rootlands are
It's a fucking.
It's like the lion guard. That's where the hyenas live.
I mean, your kids could just wear shoes. Right?
They could.
I was gonna bring that up.
Now
it's Castleberry.
Castleberry kids don't wear shoes.
Walk around without shoes.
It's a weed, and it has a bunch of white stinging hairs on around the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Or nettles.
Like Jim Colbert's pubes.
And then and it burns
stinging
like
a sandspur.
Like
No.
I don't know what this
It's
is.
very fine.
No, it's a chemical.
It's almost like fiberglass.
It feels like a chemical reaction. It's like sandspur hurts, but then it hurts when it goes in. It hurts when you pull it out. But after you pull it out, there's nothing there. It doesn't hurt. This, if you're not even near it. And it'll spread. If I remember correctly, when I got it, if you rubbed it, then you'd get it like on your hand.
Yeah. Shiny,
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Corona.
It spreads.
Yeah.
And
it's burn crazmo.
And like it's the winter time, so like the grass is less thick.
Yeah, Brock BDM in our Twitch chat room says it's like caterpillar fuzz.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it's like. Yeah.
And then it's not as much. I'm like back before when I had it real bad when the nanny was living there. That my whole yard.
Well, that was
there.
old grass. That was the old grass.
Yeah. And this I try to throw as much money at as possible, and then I got the services.
What are you gonna do? Well, you got to call your services.
Yeah. They're gonna, but the raccoons bring it in.
Just concrete your whole backyard.
I know that's what I
Not a
need.
bad idea. How about that
artificial turf?
How about Evergrass?
Get a goat.
They have it at Epcot now because it's the Flower and Garden Festival.
Yeah.
And they have a huge tent set up. Not exactly environmentally friendly, but it's like Evergrass, and it's this lawn that's lush and bouncy,
It's
and
fake.
they sell it, and it's completely fake, and it will drain.
But I looked, and you know how expensive that shit is.
Oh, it's super expensive.
I just looked at my backyard, just a quarter of it. It was like $15,000 or something like that.
Wow.
I was like, fuck that.
That mouse got that money.
Yeah, you got that.
The leaves will ruin it. I'll ruin it.
It
takes a responsible person to
He's got to
keep
blow
it
it off, but it drains. Like you said, dogs can go.
Yeah, it drains. Dogs can go bathroom on it. Yeah,
it's so expensive.
The lady actually who was telling me about it said it's used in like high-end kennels. They use it because the dogs
definitely high-end.
Yeah, they can. It's cleanable.
So anyway, then of course I running him to the bath to put his feet in the hot water, put the calamine screaming.
Is that what
like,
helps?
God damn it!
Is that, was he crying? Oh my god, dude.
Well, yeah, because it burns. So anyway, there and then I'm like, nerd forever.
No, it's not his fault. There's
it.
Pica.
Yeah. Now he associates
blame yourself now.
sports
No,
with
go in the
Pica.
street.
Yeah.
You go in the street to throw the ball like
Yeah,
every
throw
other
the
kid
ball.
does.
No, it's already.
I'm sorry.
You
man.
don't full
That's,
nerd. So it's fine. Then speaking of kids, so last night we went to the Winter Park ski lesson school. Have you seen this before?
No.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, I didn't get
snow
to
ski.
Yeah, but it's
indoor.
It's basically a gigantic conveyor belt with white carpet or some sort of white the carpet-like material that mimics
like
snow.
It's the fake grass, just painted white.
And then it's on a giant conveyor where they have a like a remote control where the kids and adults can teach themselves how.
Yeah.
Then there's an instructor there how to ski or snowboard or whatever, so that when you go out to ski, you got to step up.
Yeah, it
on
mimics
it.
a slope.
Yeah. So anyway, our wives had planned to take the kids there before we went to Colorado. Next week we're not going to Colorado, but they
It was all
decided,
crazy because they were like, we canceled it, and they're like, and then we're doing it. And then my wife's like, we're going to Mellow Mushroom, meet us there.
Yeah.
And then I said, okay, I'll meet you at Mellow Mushroom. Then my wife texts me, says, we can't go to Mellow Mushroom. Tommy lost his pants. And I'm like, what? And then later she's like, we're here at Mellow Mushroom. I'm like, what the fuck is even happening? It was like on all like.
That's over there because she's coordinating with my wife. And
No, but they don't. But no, Andrea didn't tell me nothing. Like she's telling me, come here. Oh, where are you? And I'm like, okay, I'm just staying here. Fuck it, I'm not going.
Yeah. So when we're there, Tommy, Maisie, and Max are all in like a lesson, and this guy's teaching them and stuff. And so and Max and Maisie are very athletic.
They're good at it. Yeah.
And he's fine too.
They did a great job. They all did good.
I worry more about Tommy because he's less athletic or prone to that. He's
not really into it either, is he?
He was having fun now, but this is where I catch myself and I realize I need to be better because and I'll explain. So Tommy's up there with the instructor, and he's there, and they're telling the old French fries and pizza thing.
French fries, pizza, bigger pizza, stop.
Yeah, and so what that means, French fries keep both skis straight, and the pizza is how you slow down, and basically making your skis into a triangle. It's how the kids learn.
Fat kids love skiing.
Don't you say snow?
They love it.
So he has Tommy up there, and then Tommy's doing good, and but I could tell that he's having fun, right? And he's laughing, and he's kind of like really having a good time.
You had to fucking ruin it, didn't you?
And
what'd you do?
And then so he's having such a good time and having so much fun and laughing that the instructor's like, "All right, Tommy, pay attention, babe." And then I'm stressed to the max, and I'm like, in my mind, and I'm not yelling yet, but in my mind, I'm like, "God damn it, pay attention! This is not about fun."
Oh my God! Don't you do that to that sweet baby?
Because I'm mad that he's having fun and not listening to the goddamn instructor.
But he's there with his friends.
I know.
Maisie was so excited.
And then I'm like, what the fuck
You're
am
gonna
I
be like
doing?
a pageant dad.
I know.
She wanted to leave early to see. She calls them her besties. Like she fucking loves those boys. Like that is it might as well be family. She was so excited to go. So your boy is with his crew having a good time. Don't ruin it.
I know.
Don't you dare.
But in my mind, I was and then I caught myself thinking that, and I was gonna tell Tommy, I'm like, you have to pay attention. You have to do exactly what he said. This is how you learn. And then I was just like, what the fuck? We're in this goddamn some bullshit conveyor belt ski school.
Let him
have fun. What am I and then I'm like, God damn. I need to
but I mean,
stop.
you are paying for a lesson, right?
True.
It's good that he actually learns what you're paying for.
But I should want him to have fun. I was mad that he was having fun and not listening, and he was kind of listening, whatever. But anyway, I was just like, God. And then I remember that you guys are always no fun. I'm like, man, I do not want to turn into a grumpy old man that has no fun crossing them. I'm mad. You better learn. Life's about responsibility. And you better learn to ski. Learn to ski. It's all about bullshit fun anyway.
The world's Florida. Yeah, the world's over anyway. What the fuck's skiing gonna do?
Is it 2 stories high? Is it?
Yeah, it's in a warehouse
incline.
or some shit.
It's on an incline. It's pretty cool. Yeah, the kids did really well. You know what I thought of when I saw the videos of all the kids doing it? I was looking at that. And I'm like, oh shit. I don't think I'll be as good as them. Like when I was looking at them, naturally children. They just they were just doing it. Like May, she's never been on skis, and she was just doing it. And I'm like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to do that well. That would go poorly. That's gonna go poorly.
I talked to him about going out there and doing a mobile ACT or something.
Okay.
We'll do it.
I'm down.
Very funny.
I'm down to do it.
Did you break it to them that they're not actually going to go skiing now?
Yeah, they're
all right.
It's like
that was kind of the reason why I think they still did the lesson is because May was really excited about seeing the boys. and at least you got to like do that.
Did they make it cold in there, like a mimic?
No.
So it's
That's
actually
bullshit.
really they make it really hot.
okay.
It's a real, like,
So you guys are in shorts and t-shirts.
By the way,
it's like it's an oven actually, and they cook pizzas on the conveyor belt too, just like a
Jesus
like if you're
Christ.
going to what was the place where they had the conveyor belt with the subs? Quiznos.
No. Yeah,
The fuck happened to Quiznos?
Quiznos sucks.
Oh, Quiznos was
Still
good.
around, I think.
It's like toasted.
And didn't they have that hand like creature thing with the eyeballs?
They had that, but the hamsters were better.
They had
Oh yeah, the Quiznos hamsters.
Yes,
I
they're the
forgot about
best.
they had
those.
hamsters.
The little singing.
Yeah, they have
hamsters.
rodents.
Eat Quiznos subs. You didn't remember that commercial?
Yeah.
Didn't the wizard work at Quiznos? Who worked at Quiznos?
The Grizz.
The Grizz.
We got a lot of
Grizznos.
free
Yes.
Quiznos meats, and
Oh.
he bring back bread to our college.
Then they did the little ones, right? They did the skinny. It was like a
Yeah.
The carbs.
What's happening?
yeah. They did the skinny thing.
Yeah.
You know, Chris Fisher told me something, and I don't know if he's done this yet on social media, but he told me that a Nathan's hot dog or a Hebrew National, the long ones, the real ones, will fit perfectly inside of a hollowed out Olive Garden breadstick.
Really?
I have to give him and BYOCB credit for that.
Yeah.
Is that true?
He did it.
Oh, he did do
Yeah.
it. How'd they turn out?
Looked good.
Sounds amazing.
It does sound good, right?
Yeah,
Do you
when
dip
they
it in
do
marinara or
How
no?
do you hollow out the breadstick though?
No, you just cut it at the top.
Oh,
to
it
bottom.
was
No,
like a
wouldn't.
bun.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I would. I'd.
Well, then you like mash it together, so like
Yeah, I would.
forms a,
No,
so
I'd
it's
core
very
it.
pliable.
I'd core
You'd
it out.
core it? How?
Yeah, I think I'd take a
wait,
So it's
steak
like a
knife.
corn
There's no way to
dog?
core that.
See, absolutely, you could. Anything can be done. I would cut the tip off. I'm the Elon Musk of breadsticks, and I would stick a steak knife. It's serrated in the top of it, and I would just go back and forth, moving gently through it, and create like a small tunnel, and then stick the hot dog in the tunnel.
take a
You want to
long
preserve
time.
it. You don't want to cut it in half.
I'm on board with this.
Then it's like a poorly
that
rolled
takes
blunt.
way too
Then,
long.
then it's like a.
yeah, but the satisfaction at the end is all there.
See, I'd rather jam like
I have no idea what that fucking means. That means nothing to me. I don't know what you're
Oh
talking
my
about.
Well, once you get the
God.
wiener in the bun, it's great.
By the time you cored out one, I'd have 5 stuffed in my gullet already.
Yeah.
You don't do your eating competitions anymore, do you?
No,
Why
I
not?
would though.
You want to do one right now?
Give me something. I don't take my mask off. Never mind.
Fred Brothers burger.
I was going to trick you and take your mask off.
Nope.
Then I was going to cough all over you.
You're gonna do something bad.
Would you freak out if I pulled your mouth out and went,
Oh, I'd kick you across the room.
oh, that'd be really bad.
I
That'd
would
be
look.
really
I
bad.
would never be invited back here again.
No, you would. Be my fault.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I guess we're all trying to just go on as business as usual.
You want to talk about it? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, and this is bizarre that the entire world is dealing with the same thing. Like the first time I've ever, and even I've talked to way older people, and they're like never seen this. Like at this amount of. Like, hey, everybody's dealing with the same thing, and not only in the United States, but in every country.
Yeah.
And like, it's crazy.
Is everybody?
weird.
But it doesn't-
Is anybody here like legitimately concerned?
Well, concerned in what manner?
yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
everybody's
just,
concerned. in
like,
some
I'm
manner.
concerned
obviously,
business-wise. I'm concerned, not
Yeah.
health, not health-wise.
Yeah,
Business-wise.
I think
most
economy
people,
is-
I think most people are concerned about
Which pisses
like
me
the
off 'cause there's no reason
stability
for
of the world, right? Or economically, maybe economic stability is probably the biggest concern
Of course, yeah. I mean,
for most. I think.
When everything's shutting down, I mean, think about the amount of revenue lost and stuff. I mean, I worry more about the small business, like
Well,
Disney,
like us.
Disney World will
They'll be fine, yeah.
Universal,
they're good.
big giant corporations.
Well,
the
you
NBA.
guys are fine. You guys all you got. People
Yeah.
will listen. People, if anything, people will be
We'll-
listening to you more now. 'cause
Yeah,
you're
we'll
just
still
sitting
do
home.
our show, but
Let's
there,
quarantine ourselves to the studio.
there's
Right. Luckily, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
If we had to, I mean, if they came here and locked the door, if they padlocked it, it wouldn't be that bad.
Oh,
I mean,
it's happening.
it is a testament though to the fact that, and most people are rationally thinking and not overreacting. There's a small percentage that are overreacting,
Yeah.
but for the most part, everybody I talk to, my friends, people around me, are like, all right, they're listening to the professionals and doing what they tell them to do, and it looks like corporations are doing the responsible thing, and like, okay,
Yeah.
we'll follow what you guys say,
Sure.
and but
Out of as of yesterday, out of 400 plus members that we have at our gym, one parent has freaked out and canceled her membership. That's it.
Oh, yeah,
Knock
yeah.
on wood. Hopefully.
Yeah, I don't.
Because there's really no reason.
You know,
to
we-
and
it
we
seems
were
like-
we were kind. We're like, okay, I understand.
I would have liked it better if you were like, what are you fucking pussy?
Well, I didn't answer the phone call. If I answered the phone call, that would have been.
What do you try to strong arm them into staying on?
No, I'm not.
You're like rude to them and.
No, I'll be like, yeah, if you want to go to collections, okay.
You're threatening with
Yeah, right.
threatening with hurting their credit.
Jesus.
No, I'm just
My
sorry.
God.
No, that's only if we try to
Oh,
contact
your
you.
favorite person's calling, Dan.
Who's that?
Mike B.
Yeah, you
Mike
know,
B's at him.
Is he day drinking? God damn it.
Hey, Mike B, are you drunk yet?
No, I have to go to work in like an hour. So
Ah,
I'm still responsibly just.
We only want to talk to you
I'm
when you're
responsibly
blacked
just a
out.
little high.
Get the fuck out. All right, what's going on, man? How you
You
doing?
know what?
Was that the drop?
No, that was him.
Oh,
that
my
was
God.
him. Wow, well done.
You do a
Yeah.
good, you know what? of
You do
yourself.
a good. you do an excellent impression of you shitface.
Yeah. So, no, I honestly just wanted to call because Tom said something the other day while you guys were talking to Tuttle, and he's like, "Oh, well, Tuttle, you know, you're kind of an edgy person. We didn't know if we could have you back, you know." Mike B. I was like, hold the fucking phone. I am not in the same category as Tuttle.
Oh,
I fell
Tuttle.
asleep once
I didn't tell
off
you.
mic during a boring-ass Traxler interview.
Oh, how
How
dare you.
Also, do I need to bring up Hot Taco?
I talked to Tuttle yesterday. He is fucking fuming mad at you, dude.
What?
He's like, you got all the
At me?
No. At Tom. Tuttle is fuming mad at you for all of the tanning bed misinformation you started releasing.
Okay.
And he's like, he got it all wrong. He's lying. He's like, I have to call in, defend my honor. He's like, I'll show up at the studio. I'm gonna fight him.
I didn't say anything. I asked Samantha, I was like, look up tanning beds or his bath of sun. And she's like, yep, looks like they are. I'm like, all right,
Tuttle's
there it is.
mad.
What are we
He
doing?
said you have
What does he give a
ruined
shit?
You're gonna
his
fight me
name.
now?
No,
He's
he
not in the
loves
tanning
you.
bed industry anymore.
No, he loves
Yeah,
you.
why does he care?
Yeah.
He says that you insulted him
I'm
and his
sorry,
ex-wife.
Tom. I have a hard time sympathizing with you.
All right,
All right, the
B.
bit's it.
Mike
Over.
B, every night do you get that drunk?
No, God, no. I'd probably be dead by now.
You get more drunk, don't you?
A little more.
All right, brother. We love you.
So, Mike,
Oh,
I love you guys. Have a good one.
Hold on. Tom has a question.
how's the nose
Yeah.
ring?
Yeah. Where are we at with nose ring and stash?
All right. So I trimmed down the mustache a little bit so it's not like in my mouth anymore.
Oh.
But I did get a brighter, gaudier nose ring just to spite Tom.
No,
Right?
okay.
Brighter.
Brighter. What do you get? You get those little latex. They almost look like coronavirus.
Blacklight response.
Yeah.
Oh, those. It's got like blinking LEDs. I was upset that we canceled the event because I was going to rub it in Tom's face.
Yeah.
Now-
vibrating nose ring.
Mike B, do the because I know that I won't mention where you work, but you got some teens that work at your
Whoa.
establishment or some young
You're
girls.
back there rolling burritos with the teens.
Do they say nice nose ring, bro? Do they
Oh, yeah.
bully you
They're
in
like,
a way?
great nose ring, boomer.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they're pretty cool with it because most of them got the little, like, nostril side nose rings. Like, oh, cool, nose ring club. How about that?
Oh, there's a thing called nose ring club? Oh my God, this burrito grandpa's in our nose ring club.
Burrito Grandpa.
You motherfuckers.
This burrito grandpa thinks he's in our nose ring club. Oh my God, he's got a vibrating nose ring and a big bushy
I
mustache.
do show up and give them the old, what's up, young people?
No.
Oh.
Bruno Grandpa's nose ring stinks. Looks like it.
His mustache smells like cigarettes.
He was in the back whistling Sublime.
I don't even know what that is.
All right, Mike. We love you, buddy.
All right, guys.
All right,
Have a good one.
stay safe, man. See ya.
Got a little dose of bullying.
Yeah,
Feel
makes
better.
you feel that's all you needed.
You know,
just
the world
needed
needs a little dose of bullying.
You
yeah.
need to bully Mike B a little bit. I always wondered if they were gonna make you like at those type of places if they would like not want you to have a nose ring.
Well, I think Tijuana Flats is supposed to be kind of
Yup.
like hipster.
Yeah.
Everybody knows where he works.
Yeah, you're right.
And you also don't know what location.
I
so who
was
cares?
They'd rather
Very-
him not.
Yeah.
I
mean, I was
the
very-
owner, Mr. Flats.
I was very offended when I did say, I was reading the wall and I was like, rock out with your guac out. And
Right.
my daughter heard it and she's like, what's guac? And I chuckled a little bit because I was like, they're skirting around it. Yeah.
So
Cockamole. Has
Anyway.
anybody said that? No one's ever said cockamole. have
I
they?
think I've heard somebody say "Holy cockamole" before.
Oh, really? Okay.
back to how bizarre this whole
Yeah,
thing
it is bizarre. It feels bizarre, right?
Yeah.
It is, yeah. It feels like
It feels quiet.
Here's what it feels like. to me,
Everything's stopped.
And tell me if you guys feel this at all. Where like after these past couple weeks, like we will never think the same moving forward. Like the fact that this happened once and we all will get through it. This will be like, whoa, this will be a possibility in all our lives.
Remember when everything shut down from the coronavirus?
Yeah,
We'll talk about it.
Or from a virus. And then I expect, if you're looking at a positive outcome or optimistically, at least maybe this thing could train us all, or at least make us aware that this is possible, so that we do something better to help deal with it in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if a more dangerous virus ever happens, we're at least have the infrastructure, because that's what it seems like we're missing. And from the professionals, like, man, we were not prepared for this type of thing. And so moving forward, hopefully we can be prepared for something worse in the future.
My question is, why didn't the same hysteria happen with like all the other things in the past, like swine flu and the other?
I don't think social media has had the presence that it does now, and I think the same. I think that I don't like the term panic or hysteria, but I mean, I guess that's what it is in some small form. But I feel like that when all you're doing is Questlove from The Roots, he was posting something on his Instagram that I found pretty interesting. He was talking about how scientists have proven that when you inundate yourself constantly with news cycles of the same information constantly, that no matter what, you are increasing your level of panic. No matter what. I mean, it's subconscious. You may not even know you're doing it. And he's like, there have been studies that have proven that if you run a news cycle, even around like newborn babies, that you can increase or decrease the level of stress or depression that they can measure in young humans based on depressing news cycles being beaten to your brain.
That's what did it for me. That's what gave me my hypochondria when I was a little kid, the AIDS epidemic. I remember hearing it on the news just crying hysterically.
I think that, I mean, and this is the type of thing that we need to monitor it right now. I mean, we're making jokes now. We're talking about it now. I wouldn't count this. But going to CNN or USA Today or BBC or Drudge or whatever you're getting your news from, your Breitbart.
Obsessing about it is never healthy.
It's not healthy at all, and I think that's what we're feeling now. I don't necessarily feel like it probably was very similar, but we weren't all up each other's ass with digital communication.
And then you hear like some professionals talk about this is a little bit different because people are getting the virus mildly and don't even go to the hospital, so then no one even knows they had it and they're spreading it. So with some of the other viruses, like you mentioned, they were more serious, so people were going to the hospital, then you were able to know that they had it and then contact whoever they were around. With people not even going to the hospital and having this virus, that's what caused it to spread so rapidly, because how do you stop something that if you don't know the person has it? And, and so that's where it's a little bit different, and that's why this is happening. And hopefully everybody in the society is responding in the right manner, and the companies at least are doing the responsible thing, shutting down large gatherings and things. And like, hey, let's not inundate our healthcare system with a bunch of sick people, because everybody has different forms of illnesses. This is not the only thing that people need care for.
That's the thing. Flatten the curve is what they're saying, right? I mean, and what they mean by that is there's you want to take down that huge spike of people that are going to the doctor.
We don't need thousands of people going to the hospital at one time.
If you feel sick right now, just isolate yourself and take the normal precautions that you would any other time you're sick. Just be wise, be smart. You're not. They're not. Look, there's dumb people out there, but you're not that dumb.
I fully agree that that at least our listeners, that I believe in you guys, and I believe that you guys can
and be cool with each other. That's my number one takeaway. The number one thing that if I was actually going to go on the BDM
help each other
page,
out. Don't hoard a bunch of stuff.
Don't hoard. Be friendly. Help people. But be cautious. Like don't take unnecessary risks. Don't say things that there was a guy. I guess he pissed off some people last night that posted something, and everybody was like, thinking he was, being alarmist or freaking out and everything. And I actually messaged the gentleman to check on him, like, hey, you okay, man? Because you're kind of freaking people out a little bit. Like
people get over paranoid.
Yeah, but don't be, your level of concern, your level of being prepared or scared or whatever you want to call it is obviously going to be different than your neighbors. And so you just need to respect each other. Like it's like my fear of flying. You don't have the same fear of flying that I do.
Yeah.
But you're always very respectful. When it, what I'm saying? Like everybody's different level of paranoia. Like for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, and it's just because I'm fucking wired, weird, and fucked up. I'm not that concerned right now. In fact, I think you're maybe even smarter and more concerned about this than even I am. It hasn't even sunk in for me yet. I don't know why.
I'm, and the thing is, and what everybody, I think everybody knows this, and I didn't really want to talk about this today. It seems like I think a topic that we can't get away from, right?
And I wanted to take calls from people today. We can make it light. We can make it fun. We're not going to give you any useful information, but we can help by making jokes and taking your call. But you can always call.
We can make fun of you when you call.
Because it's like
1-844-TOMNDAN, Tom and Dan, the letter N.
It's weird. It's like as I'm talking and I'm trying to like tell these stories, like, fuck it, let's just do regular.
Eyes. You're like, what the fuck?
Because it's like
distracted.
It's what everybody in the world is dealing with, and so it's just whatever.
It's serious when they cancel the pressure washing in Baldwin.
Yeah, they did.
The what?
No, they did. They were pressure washing. We've made a joke about it. She's exactly right. Yeah. They were going to finish up.
Cancel the pressure washing.
I don't know.
What the hell is that?
But they did because they were supposed
to. Listen how quiet it is here.
I was a little pissed off. They were supposed to do the front of my house.
Yeah.
So they just did it 2 weeks ago.
No, they did the back.
Those guys wear masks usually too as they do it because they don't want to get a mold in their
pressure
face.
washing.
But I yell. I rode on my scooter today. I rode by him. I'm like, Coretta! I'm like yelling at him, like bullying him.
And I think that's even though like the vast majority of our listeners and all of us don't have any immediate concern with the effects of this particular virus, but it's the people, like we all know people and have family members that are elderly and that have health conditions. Like we don't want them to get it, so we need to be responsible enough to hey, just do what the CDC tells you to do and try to not
like
spread
my
it
mom.
around.
My mom is immunity is compromised. She has heart disease. She just got healed up. She just got released from wound care. She's doing great, but still, she's not exactly the strongest of ladies. Mentally, absolutely, but I'm saying physically, she's got what she's got.
Yeah.
And she somebody at her church got it. Straight up and down. I don't think it counts as a Volusia County case. I think it counts as a Seminole case because the guy was traveling. I don't know how that works yet, but I think because he lives in Seminole County. But anyway, my wife got my mom on the phone, and Andrea is extremely concerned. I mean, obviously me too, but she was talking to her, and we grilled her about where have you been, and we're making her kind of, just stay inside. And I called her this morning and I told her goodbye because she'll probably die.
Come on.
On line 2, we have Titusville Josh. He has an update of his Vegas bachelor party.
Yeah. Let's do. How's the old bachelor party going?
I think it was a success. It was a couple weekends ago. It went really well.
Did anybody cheat on their girlfriend or wife?
If they did, it was behind the curtain at the old strip club.
That's a yes.
No, they don't. In Vegas,
well, you and I cheated on our wives.
They don't do that behind the curtain in Vegas. It's too corporate.
They were pretty blatantly offering. They were not shy about it.
Well, tell me what happened. Walk us through.
I can say what curtain it depends on.
Well, we did take their limo, which actually ended up being really nice. It was like a big Mercedes van, lights and, bottles and all, the whole shit. We got there. I tipped the driver, tipped the doorman, just like good old Big Tim told me. And we got a table. We got a package with the table and everything. And, I mean, within 30 minutes, we sent the bachelor party boy off with 2 girls and about $100. and they were gone for a concerningly long amount of time.
Concerning.
That is not good, because that's when your buddy comes back. He's like, "Hey, I owe $800."
He's like 4 hours. He's like, I've been 69ing this girl for 3 hours.
Jesus.
It was $30 for a very generous 15-minute,
Very
private
generous.
dance.
This isn't Chipotle. Where it's like, be generous with the sour
Vegas?
cream.
Oh yeah.
Well, they were airing on the 20 to 25 minutes, but I went back with a girl after a little while, and after we waited for him to come back, and we were like talking about it then, like, holy shit, he's been gone a while. And then I went off with this.
What'd they offer? What'd she offer you?
When I was back there with, she kept referencing, like, she was just, just for the right price, I can show you my swallowing skills. I'm definitely a pro. If I was wired up, I could have shut that place down that night.
You're
it was
swallowing?
I
That
think the
might be a
professional
trap,
and
though. That could be a
of
trap where
life.
you're like, I want to see your swallowing technique. You give her the money, and then she's like, take the
Swallows
hot
a
dog
fish.
out. And then she's like, voila. And you're like, fuck you.
It's like 90s radio. Like,
She
you
drinks a
win.
glass of
A
goldfish.
Toyota.
They give you a tiny toy Yoda from Star Wars.
Yeah.
We
We should bring that back.
So she solicits you with prostitution, and you decline.
I declined. I was number one. That was the number one rule was no entry.
Smart. She probably
the
had corona.
girlfriend said go have fun, but don't. Definitely would have gotten corona. Looked like a cyberpunk rave. All the custom face masks over there.
No, I don't think that the mouth. Does the mouth count as cheating?
Yeah.
What's in, sir?
I don't know. All she said was entering. So.
Well, you entered the strip club.
Hand job. Fine.
Yeah, hand job would be fine because a hand is open.
Yeah.
How many holes does a hand have? One?
That's a trap.
Or two?
Anything you say that
She
you
was
did
pro
with the
move,
stripper is gonna get you in trouble. Basically, if you described how aggressive the lap dance was, that would get you in trouble.
Yeah, was she grind crazy?
Were you wearing sweatpants?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you get a hard
Oh yeah.
on?
No vibrating tongue ring.
Did you get a hard on?
What's that? Oh yeah, definitely, absolutely.
Did you complete in your pants?
Nah, I would think I was too stoned.
Nah, not me. Hey, you completed my pants, man. I don't complete in my pants. Who does that?
So how much?
Da, 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 da.
How much was it at the end? Did they do the old, you want me to continue? And you're like, yes, but you forget that means another $50 or whatever.
Or hundo.
I think I walked out of there about $400, just that first night in the strip club.
Man, that's a stinger.
I mean, it could have been. It was significant, but But when I was leaving my private dance after having been worried about Bachelor Party Boy, he's giving the bouncer guy at by the private rooms more money.
Oh, what, he's getting a lap dance from the bouncer? Whoa!
Throw them cash.
It's like, my new wife said I could get a blowjob from this bouncer. That's not cheating. It's
Throw
a
them
dude.
cash.
It's a big black dude. It's fine.
One diamond earring.
No, so they leave you alone in the back and let you do what you want to do. Is what the
It's like bribing them
It's
to
like
look
bribing.
the other way.
Looks like Lavelle Crawford from Breaking Bad. He's
Las Vegas strip clubs are. They're insane.
He's doing the full sloppy banana.
So how much was your buddy down at the end of the night?
I didn't even ask. He's been unemployed for like 6 months. That was his last week of unemployment.
No.
So I didn't even want to talk money with him.
What in the hell?
Well, lucky gal. What a shit bag.
She found a winner.
Who's paying for this?
Oh
wedding?
yeah.
So
I don't have a job. I just got a blowjob from Lavelle Crawford.
So you
Sorry, Lavelle.
you guys just went to the strip club. You didn't do the old hotel escort.
No, you scared me away from that. When I took your advice, and it made me nervous, and I didn't think we needed that. I don't think our hotel was that kind of a hotel.
It was a Red Roof.
They're always in the lobby.
It was more like a family resort. I don't think we realized that.
Oh, it's a Legoland. You get
Legoland Vegas.
You get the prostitute and then the dude with the fucking butt ass gun. He's like, I'll sit in the Lego helicopter. I'll come kill you if you hurt her.
And
Thank you.
And the prostitute's like, I'm not going to be able to blow you unless you put my coat over Wildside's head. Everything is awesome.
So all in all, everybody still with their girlfriend or wife. No one got separated.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad. I guess we're not that fun because like there was really no drama.
No, he
I mean,
cheated.
spent too much
100%
money,
he cheated.
but-
I mean, if he was gone for like an hour, he cheated.
Yeah.
Well,
we were before I went back. We were talking about how long.
I mean,
it's been
even
gone.
you and I, and I'm not going to speak for you because that's unfair, and and you always say you got a good one. But even you and I, when we were in San Francisco at what was it, Garden of Eden?
Yeah.
Was that the name of it? When we were in that place,
Uh-huh.
I mean, there was a split second where I like choose your own adventure. I knew I was like, I can cheat right now if I would like to cheat.
They
And there
offered
was a minute where I
prostitution
went.
there.
There was a minute where I went. I'm going to do it.
A full minute.
There was a minute, or not a full minute. I mean, like
Yeah.
maybe a nanosecond where I was like, I'm gonna totally. And I pegged the needle. I was like, gonna do it.
So I definitely went into a Cancun strip club with some friends, and
You cheated on your wife. I knew
No,
it.
but our
I
buddy
knew it.
Our
I
told
knew
us
it.
last
Yeah,
week.
you told us last week.
our buddy went back, and he definitely came
we
back
got
out
him.
with like
Jen,
not
we
all
got
the
him.
clothing.
You can stop listening now. We got him. We busted him. I told you I'd do it. I
He
did
admitted it.
She needed this. for
Health
the
in
freedom.
motion chiropractic.
I was in a
Health in
Vegas,
motion.
a Vegas strip
Health
club.
in motion.
After season 2 of The Ultimate Fighter, Dana White took us all. Like we were cooped up in a room or in a house for 8 weeks, all of us guys. As soon as it was over, he took all of us to Spearmint Rhino, the big strip club.
Oh, Spearmint Rhino in New York.
He brought no in Vegas.
Oh, in
It was
Vegas?
Spearmint Rhino.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
one in New York too.
Yeah.
Or is
And
that the Peppermint
he
Rhino?
brought
That is a
tens of
dumb
thousands
name.
of dollars of chips with him and just gave it to all of us to spend on the girls. at the
Really?
club.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Remember Frenchy from Rock of Love?
Yeah.
I've never heard anything more.
You got a
dude,
lap
bro,
dance from
than
Frenchy?
Brogan
I
titties.
motorboated her titties.
Oh my god.
Motorboated Frenchie's titties.
I motorboated Frenchy's titties. Yeah.
You are motorboating my titties.
I was so I don't know if that's cheating or not, but I was married at the time.
No, that's fine.
I invited her afterwards. I was like, "Yeah, come."
That's fine.
You want to come chug on my smoothie, please?
No.
I jack off in the bag of
No,
you.
I invited my wife to Vegas after that.
Oh, you're like, come meet Frenchy. It's
Yeah,
still like
it's
cheating
great.
on
It's
you.
great.
All right, Josh. I'm glad you're still together with your wife, and you guys kept it cool.
Yeah, thanks, man. You gave good advice.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man. Doom dabba deeba dabba boo boo bee.
Let's take a quick break.
Yeah, sir. You want to do the shot before we take the break, or you
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
do the shot
Let's do
when
it
we come
then.
back?
Let's do it
All right,
before.
Butler. I'm
I'm not touching the shot glass.
Here, Butler. All right, there you go.
All right, oh boy, here it comes. Virus is here, so everybody run. Buy all the TP and hoard all the toots. Everybody stay calm and strap on your boots. Panic if you want. You be marked as a loather. You can catch me at the Winchester waiting for this all to blow over. You got red on you, 90210.
Here's cheers to
Here's to Rona.
well, BDM Frank passed away.
That's
yeah.
to Frank right there.
Yeah, that's
Frank.
here's to Frank.
Love you, Frank. You will be missed.
All right, let's take a break.
For you, Frank.
When we come back, we got Seth's news.
Oh
we
my
have
God.
don't pour water on the goddamn floor.
Get him, man. Get him.
I was pouring one out for the homie. That passed away.
It doesn't count as water.
Pour it in your goddamn mouth, you animal.
God damn.
It's water.
You're gonna like this first song
Give me a
I'm gonna
wet
play for
t-shirt,
you guys
Sam.
because this is totally weird. I checked with these guys to make sure it was totally cool that we played this. Our good friend Fritz from Fort Fritz from Real Radio 104.1. Our good friend Sabrina Ambro from Real Radio 104.1. This is the News Junkie. They have a brand new album out. They have an EP out. The name of their band is Corvus Incorporated.
All right.
Very close to Corona. Corvus Incorporated. The EP is called No Walls to Hold You. You can pick it up right now. I bought it on Apple Music. I would urge you to do the same thing. Support local music. So this is their song Egghead. It's really, really cool. It's got like this weird almost Flaming Lips, almost Gorillaz vibe to it. So
Really?
enjoy this. Yeah, it's super cool, and you can hear all of them on the vocals, so enjoy this. The name of the song, Egghead. We'll be back with more Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan right after this. Welcome back to a Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
That is Thick. The name of the song is Party With Me, where that woman asks you to take your clothes off and run around in her backyard.
All right.
I'd do it. Welcome back to the show, guys. What do you want to go to now, buddy?
I think we could do some news.
Well, we do have is our caller on?
Yes, line 2.
Oh, should we jump to that first, probably?
Yeah,
I think he has limited time. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right, let's go. We got a caller. We got an email a while back from BDM that's in prison.
Steve.
Steve. And,
what kind of a rap name is Steve?
And we were like, well, how's he going to call? And they're like, he has a cell phone. And we're like, okay. Then we figured out that he's that he has benefits. He's got to report back to the prison. Anyway, it was bizarre.
It was extremely bizarre.
Then we tried to look up what he was in prison for because we were scared, and then we couldn't find it. So we were going to ask him before we start, just in case.
So, Steve, what were you in for? Selling drugs?
No, DUI accident.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Listen, we'll just leave it at that. I don't want to find out if you
the more we dig, the more we dig, the
more. No, didn't kill anyone.
Oh,
this time I actually hit a parked car drunk that was
This
parked.
time.
You're a frequent flyer, as they call them.
Oh, I've had I've had friends that
come on, buddy, Uber.
I've had friends that hit cars drunk. And,
I'll buy your Uber. My dad hit a police car trying to swerve to miss a goose.
Yeah. Well, I think
that's a true story. Yeah, my dad swerved to miss a goose and he rear-ended a police car.
I think
the best story. Oh, shit.
Steve learned his lesson. Obviously.
Obviously, he's only been
right
in prison 3 years.
But,
have you stolen any Xanax before?
So, Steve, now explain to us how you're calling us right now, because at first we were like, well, do you have to call from prison? Then we're like, no, he's got a cell phone.
That's going to be expensive.
So how
how's
tell
this
us the
work?
deal. Yeah.
So there are cell phones at every single prison. They're illicit and get snuck in various different ways. But I'm at a place where I'm allowed to have a phone. I get some community release privileges and can hold a real job and everything.
So basically, do you do your job during the day and then report back to prison and like stay in prison at night?
Yes. So it's jobs you can't work earlier than 6 a.m. or later than midnight.
That I didn't even know this was a thing. I didn't know people.
Jeffrey Epstein had this.
What, Epstein?
Well, he worked out that deal.
Yeah, he worked out a deal. He had like the work release.
Really?
Hold on a second.
And then they give you a cell phone?
He didn't have to go
buy
back
a
at
cell
night,
phone?
though.
Oh.
Hold on.
No, you
Who
have to
had
buy
that?
one. You
Yeah,
got to
when-
get your own.
Gotcha.
It was one of the older cases back in like the 90s.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I was about to say.
So they know you have a
I know
cell
by the
phone.
internet he didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
Do they check your cell phone to see what you're doing on it?
Yeah, because you're not allowed to be on any social media
He's on Amazon getting a bunch of the new alcohol delivery.
yeah. Get some Coors Light delivered to your door. Yeah.
So basically, you go to your job. And does everybody at your job know that you go back to prison?
Yeah, because I have to have a GPS monitor on.
Oh, yeah.
So it's pretty obvious.
You're a cook, aren't you?
that I'm some grade of scumbag when you've got one of those on.
Oh, do you work at Johnny's filling station?
Oh, you caught me.
Do you hide the thing with your sock? Because I figured out a way to.
I'm like, your ankle's really puffy. Get that looked out.
Just wear some Jenkos. Bring those back in.
Well, as much as you can, but I mean, there's no getting around it if you work. Like, I work in a warehouse and it's hot as hell, so I'm not wearing like long socks all day just to cover up an ankle bracelet. And there's multiple people at work there.
Do you get to take it off when you get back to jail so it doesn't get stinky?
No. You got to shower with it on and everything.
See, I think it would get stinky. Do you wash under your your straps?
Yeah, you have to.
So,
ever been eating something like a sloppy Joe and drop some like loose meat in your straps?
No, that has not happened.
Okay.
So basically, how long do you have to now? Like, what's your sentence? How long do you have to do this for?
Until my actual end of sentence date, which is later this summer.
All right. And what prison are you at? What's?
Well, don't.
Well, I'm sorry. I know you don't want to talk about.
How are they dealing with like if the coronavirus now in prison?
Good question.
Oh, we got to go back to this.
Yeah, they are freaking the hell out.
I figure, yeah.
They're bleaching everything down but the people constantly. I'm not at a major institution. I can imagine it's a shit show there. And now they've canceled visits for the foreseeable future, so...
Well, they just because then once it gets into a prison system, because everybody's so basically on top of each other, you get like group settings and stuff. You don't want it to. Then they got to deal with everybody sick in there, and then you got to move prisoners out to like a goddamn mess.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
So
I think you just got to lock it and say like, look, we're coming back in a month. Just fend for yourselves.
So when you go back, like let's say I want to know when you get out of work and you like check back into the prison, do you walk into the like is there like a
he goes to
side
the VIP entrance,
and then they have to search you. You have to get back into the prison mode. What's interesting to me is like you get out, so you get out like into normal life mode. And then you go back, and then you change clothes back into your prison.
Yeah, like essentially, what is it? Dinner and you go to sleep. That's it.
Yeah, like you come out of the jail, and then you take off your jail clothes, and I'm assuming you put on a pair of like dirty cargo shorts and a dragonfly shirt, and a pair of white-rimmed wraparound sunglasses and big boofy lugs boots, and you make your way
with
to the
spinner.
warehouse. Yeah, with the spinner keychain.
Yeah, so on.
And you go to the warehouse and you put in your time, and then and then you come back, and then you got to change back into what? Black and white stripes.
No, you get to wear regular clothes all the time here. So I'm in a facility that's separated from any like main institution, so there's not like multiple fences and barbed wire and stuff.
Damn, dude, you got it fucking easy.
Just like white collar.
Yeah.
You got the best
Yeah,
DUI
well,
ever.
It was just like slap on the wrist.
And a habitual offender.
Yeah. This guy's freaking
Well,
fire.
Is that normal? You
I've
get
been
a
to
good
some
lawyer.
hellholes.
What's up?
Yeah, well, it's a better lawyer this time, but this wasn't really part of my sentencing.
You broke probation, right?
Correct.
Yeah. We looked you up because we wanted to make sure you weren't touching kids and shit.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew we were going to do that.
So what was
that's why I even I contacted you guys through my like more professional email account. I just wanted might as well put it on the table.
Your prison email.
Steve at jailslamming.com. That's one more professional.
It was hatchetman at nookie.com.
My other one's real unprofessional.
Yeah.
So
any gay sex in
Lip
this?
brisket at barbecue.com.
So basically, you go back. Do you have a roommate in your jail cell, like at this place?
Hey, put me on the radio.
Yes. No, it's they keep it segregated actually, kind of with the rooming. They don't, they can't say they do it, but like if you look, they got a board marking down like just where everyone's at in the facility and their statistics, and you look and it's www.bbb, www.bbb.
Really?
Big black and beautiful.
It's straight up it's apartheid.
They're like putting white people and black people together.
No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I feel like that causes more problems. You gotta mix everybody up so everybody gets along.
Here's the thing.
How does that work out normally? Mix everything.
If you're,
come on.
I'm guessing the people that operate the prison are doing what they feel is the less
Safest.
I'm just gonna go out there and say like they probably have worked this out throughout the years and not just willy nilly like I'm racist, so I'm gonna like
maybe
it's probably like hey,
look,
this
you're
works the
assuming maybe
best.
W is wealthy, B is for broke.
Yeah. Well, then
Wow.
that's even further racist because it's definitely white and black people. It's fine.
I agree.
So
Hot take.
Are they not even taking Chinese people anymore there? Like,
I did not think out my
I
statement.
met like two in my whole bid between all the places I've been. There's been like
How many
two
places
Asians.
have you been?
Yeah, how many stints in jail have you done? How many tours of duty?
The slammer.
This is my second and final.
Good. I like to hear that. I believe you too, man. You gotta stay positive. You keep your nose clean. We got to get you out of there.
So if you have what's your actual cell like, and then when you report back at the end of the day, you end up going right back to your cell, or do you do like the dinner whole thing, or do you work past that time? I would imagine you.
So yeah, they have a chow hall here where they like serve trays of food, and different trays every day, obviously, and everyone who has a job either misses lunch or dinner. So whatever tray you miss, they give you a shit bag of lunch, like 2 sandwiches and a bag of chips and a little bag of animal crackers.
Dude, that's good.
Wait, two sandwiches, a bag of chips, and animal
I'm
crackers.
trying to go to this prison.
That's better than any pizza party Tom's ever thrown us.
Can you request? Can you request?
You eat one of those sandwiches and tell me.
Is it cock meat sandwich?
Oh, yeah, of course it is. It's a hunk of shit. It's pure garbage.
You can't request like gluten-free stuff or anything.
No.
Can't request.
What if he has like a legit allergy and like?
God, if you didn't know karate, you'd be butt fucked so hard. Because do you have any gluten-free options? Oh, get him! Butt fuck him!
Fuck
Your ass is gluten-free.
Butt fuck that guy with the mask on.
Well,
I don't want to butt fuck him. His feet look gross.
so they do have like options like that. You can't go to a facility like this because they don't have like diet options here. It's take it or leave it are your options here.
There you go.
I've worked in kitchens where they actually have it. It was like a religious diet for people, you know, who can't eat certain things.
No, that's
based on
good.
faith,
You can
but
work
they
that.
just expanded that as like certified food choice. So it fit the religious diets and then the girly men who like vegan stuff.
Oh, fuck.
So me throwing shade from the prison. I love it. I love it.
What kind of entertainment are you allowed?
Well,
like,
nothing now. There's no sports on. Nothing.
Since you have a cell phone.
There's a cell and he can watch porn.
Like, yeah, you get
Well,
you have a smartphone.
No, he can't be.
Even in prison, I mean, there's a lot of people with smartphones. You can, you know, look on the DOC website where they arrest people all the time for having smartphones and even flip phones. But they have tablets have come out in the past few years where you can like rent movies for like $7. But old movies like Apollo 13
For $7.
Top Gun.
But there's no. It's restricted for no porn access. I'm guessing. You can't just go on a website.
Dirty Dancing.
No, but you can like email with your family and stuff on it, which is a lot quicker than, you know, writing letters because no one writes letters ananymore.
That's
you
great.
Can do that, but
That's
yeah.
really cool that you can do. You have email. That's nice.
Does your family want to talk to you anymore?
Thanks, Seth.
Oh, I mean,
why you make him feel bad?
I didn't mean make you feel bad. No, I'm being serious.
Please,
I don't know if this broke relationship.
I know a lot of people that could easily be in jail for fucking up DUI, like
I did,
accidentally
and
crashing
some
into.
family
He's
members.
talking about himself.
And I know when somebody says, "Thanks, Seth," that you really hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
I would like for you to apologize.
I do sincerely apologize, but really asking.
I've actually met some fans of yours in prison, Seth.
Ah, really? So I won't get butt fucked?
Yeah. You're what you're known for, really. You know, that's certain guys with shaved heads and swastikas are really proud of what you did there.
Seth is the king of the Nazis. Spread that around. Every Nazi likes Seth.
Breaking news. The Aryan Nation adopts Seth Petrozelli as their president. Breaking news.
Aryan Nation loves Seth. And he's
if I had
got a
choice
shaved
of-
head, too.
If I had a choice of being butt fucked or hanging out with them,
You didn't have to say anything.
Well,
You didn't have to. You made it worse.
Yeah,
You made it worse.
I did.
You made it worse for yourself.
You made it worse.
Okay, I'll take the butt fucking.
All right, Steven. So you're going to be out at the next couple months?
Yes, I am.
Are you going to come to any of our events and like stand in the background creepily and stare at Samantha?
Yeah, and try and trade like soups and honey buns for beer, I guess.
all right.
It's
So I got
crazy
the,
barter system.
No more alcohol, bro.
Yeah.
No, you're
You know
fine.
what? Good call, Seth. Good call.
No,
I'm
he's like he
serious.
can do the alcohol.
What
He
about
just can't
smoking?
drive.
What about smoking weed? Do you like weed?
Or he's going to
No,
be on probation.
Yeah, I do, and I was on probation, so that
you can't do
probably
that.
lent itself to drinking more. So, but
Also,
I'm not
pretty
on
soon,
probation.
all you potheads, I mean, you better wise up because they're going to start breathalyzing that too. I mean, it's coming.
That's true.
Yeah,
I mean, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Probably not now though, because we got bigger fish to fry. So I would say get high and drive crazy right now.
Oh, my God.
Or just get some suppositories.
No, I mean, like honestly, we have bigger.
Because you're high.
There's bigger fish.
smoke.
Do you think for a second that because of everything that's popping off right now, that some people don't think, well, never been a better time to kill my wife, or never been a better time to drive drunk, or never been like I bet you.
I love that's
I
the
don't
first
know.
one that you went to is to kill your wife.
I bet you.
My God.
Well, I'm just,
Andrea,
look,
are you
there's
okay?
I have no. Look, that was just something that just popped in my brain. It
Oh,
was just-
exactly.
It was just it was
Why
just
is it
random.
popping in your brain?
It was just random.
All right, Steven. Thanks for calling, and we'll see you soon. When,
Yeah, we'll see you in a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, guys. Take it easy.
All right, man. Thanks for being so candid.
We do have another caller on line 1.
I apologize.
I didn't even know they had those
From
systems.
Rikers.
Like,
It's
really.
Weinstein,
They hung up. They must
actually.
have hung up.
You know,
damn it.
Like, it must suck to work a miserable job, and then after that miserable job, you're like, fuck, I gotta go back to jail.
Yeah, no.
Like, that's real.
No, but like,
well, he's
you
getting
know
peace
what's
and
good?
quiet. Like he just goes back and just doesn't have anyone bother
What's
him.
good is you're like working in the warehouse and you're loading the pallets, and then your buddy's like, "Oh God, I can't wait to get off." You're right, and then you're kind of like, "When I leave here,
This is better than
I go to jail, so this is great."
You're okay. It's all about perspective.
Yeah.
Maybe that, or it's just all bad. Probably at least you get out.
He didn't sound that bad.
Well,
I mean, he sounded a little broken.
Like I said, you get used to everything pretty fast.
Depends how his family.
I'm a little broken.
You
I think they're calling back.
Okay.
You get used to your situation, you adapt, and then that's your new reality.
Hey, thanks for calling a mediocre time. What's up, man?
Hey, I totally ruined that by hanging up 2 seconds before your answer.
No, you're fine. You're fine. What's on your mind, man? We're taking calls today. I mean, everything's weird, so why not take calls and talk to our awesome listeners?
Well, I got 2 things then. Hello to the silver Nissan Sentra that's driving down through Port St. John. I guess that's the over-the-road trucker thing, right?
Sure, yeah, I like that.
Or shout out, whatever.
Pull the horn, yep.
Tell him to touch more tips and not be afraid of big green trucks.
You're trying to touch a tip.
That is a weird
we
thing.
invented a weirdo handshake that scares people.
They stole it. It's all over TikTok now. I saw this on the BDM group where if you do this on TikTok, that means you're a shy boy.
No, what does that mean? What's a shy boy mean?
I'm touching tips to myself. It's like I'm my only friend. I'm a shy boy.
Oh, okay.
Is that a sexual thing?
I don't know. I just read it on the TikTok.
Okay.
Are you a shy boy?
Again, don't know what it means. Do
I look cute?
Yeah. No, I don't know.
I'll do like the Japanese girls do. Tongue out.
Oh, I love that. That's so hot. Where they roll their eyes back and stick their tongues out.
So,
put the cum right on my tongue.
So, sir, you're a trucker?
No, I just drive a green truck.
Okay.
A green truck, like a green, like a what? Like a green Ford Ranger?
03 Toyota Tundra.
So, what do you do for a living?
I'm a mechanical engineer.
All right.
How is the corona impacting your day-to-day life?
We're going to be scheduled to work from home starting Thursday next week, and then we're travel banned. We're not too badly affected by it. We do a lot of design, so it's not going to hit us until it hits the construction side.
Gotcha.
So basically, we're going to be behind everybody. We'll probably fall out in the next 8 months instead of 2 months.
8 months. Hopefully, it's gone by then.
Everybody, I don't think there's any.
It's a new reality.
Soon. But
We'll get a vaccine.
You better get that mask tattooed on your face, brother.
The people that work at Disney World and stuff, like they just out of a paycheck. How does that
No,
work?
Disney's actually paying.
Yeah,
they're paying.
They're
for
paying
employees.
How long?
Which I thought was
it's the end of the month.
Look, man, I love to throw shade at the mouse, but that's a
Universal's doing it as well.
Yeah, that's a straight up good move. You got to do that, man. Those people they work so.
You don't need government to
fucking
tell
hard.
you to pay stuff. People do it themselves.
Well, Disney is. Every other fucking company is.
Well, Disney owns everything, so why wouldn't they do
I'll
it?
pay myself if we close.
Plus, they
we actually
they fucked up
do
by
engineering
announcing
for them.
how much liquid cash they have.
Yep.
And other things, you know,
They
like
did.
when everybody
they
knows
did?
that.
What is that? I didn't know.
It's
that
a
did.
lot, and they have a lot, and it just like everybody knows it. So it's kind of like if they were like, "We're not paying," you know, you can't. You're like, "All right," you're kind of forced to do the right thing, which is good. At least there's that. All right, well. Good talking to you, dude.
Tom's bored with you, man. I'm sorry.
One more thing.
I got nothing.
No, you guys saved me $325 on my fence, so thank you.
No, how?
What
Switching
happened?
a gecko.
My fence guy, I drove up and met up with my fence guy up in my new house that I'm building, and he saw that I'm a Tom and Dan listener, asked if I was a Tom and Dan listener, gave me $325 off, got a free gate, so thank you.
Hey, can you?
Did he go into your house? Did he go into your house and steal Xanax?
Well, can you give us the number for this
one guy, Sam?
This guy, so then we can call him and see if he'll give EJ a free fence to keep the autistic kids from cutting his screen and riding their bikes in his pool.
Well, hopefully it can be free. Wasn't for me, but
well, you're not as popular as Ennis. He's in the he's on the R team. What? Everybody's looking at me like, have we stopped doing what we do? Like, what's
Nope,
happening?
I'm
here?
waiting for the song.
I made it here. I'll
Do
look,
it. Do
okay,
it.
you wanna
Just do it.
I said not
Do
to.
it.
Tom
I
said
said
Yes.
I am.
Is this Joke Friday or not Joke
Hey,
Friday?
listen, I suggested against it.
The people
I
want
don't
it.
know.
The people want it.
Yeah, well, okay, yeah, they want a lot of
like
things.
we got Remy,
They want the
we got
destruction of
Joey,
everything.
we got Ennis, we got Supergirl Jen,
It's
Bob Lando,
Cadillac Pass.
It's
Cadillac
O-U-R.
Pat. It's O-U-R. Our team.
Our team.
The Our team. The Our team.
Okay. well, go-
In 2009, an almost little person and an almost special needs person started a podcast because they hated their day jobs. These men promptly resigned from their positions and escaped to the Orlando underground. Today, still hated by people who think radio is relevant, they survive as podcasters of fortune. If you have a problem, they won't be any help. But if you can find them, maybe you can hire the R team.
That was a Dan and Butler contribution.
I was with Samantha. I was like, I'm with Samantha. I'm backing out of here.
Yeah.
I'll be at my
He wanted
desk.
me to come in here and sing. I'm like, no, I'm not going to be any part of this.
I like it.
Check our SunTrust savings here. That's, got half a payroll.
Our team. They're our team.
Are you supposed to have more than half a payroll on reserve? You're a business owner, Seth. What do you got there? How much do you keep on reserve just in case, for employees and operating expenses? You have no idea.
No, I do. I'm trying to think what percentage it would be. I mean,
you have a full month. Like, if you stopped all revenue, could you go a full month of operating?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah.
We're-
Probably a
we're
month.
at
I guess a month.
Oh, we're tighter than that.
Butler just crying.
Play the end of it.
If we miss one, no, come on, no,
You got to get through the
no,
middle part.
stop. No,
I also have video of this, so
stop.
I might share it in the BDM group, maybe.
Hold on, we gotta get to the good part. Get your bass out. Get your bass out.
Come on. Can't. No. This is not bringing us all together. This is,
I feel like, look, the chat loves it.
they're all animals. I don't want to be.
What was that?
I don't know this part.
Come on. We have real business to do here.
It is very Beavis and Butthead. Remember when they used to do that?
Yeah.
We gotta laugh, Tom. We
have
gotta
to.
fucking laugh.
Laughter's the best medicine.
Why are you going against me now?
Also, we
maintain
should not have done
professionality.
So since we have the theme song now, I need a complete guide of our team.
Well, Seth,
the our team. You're in there.
Oh, yeah, you're
No, you don't.
You know what?
Oh.
Throw it in the river.
Damn it.
Tom says you're making it worse. You're making it
you're making it worse. God damn it.
Yeah, snort. Snort.
I could go into a meeting and they were like, we have this. I will see myself out.
That was the biggest drool spit ever.
God damn it, I want
Special needs detectives.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our team.
Spreading the coronavirus.
Oh my Christ, I'm crying.
It might have got some on our
I
listeners.
drooled on his Jordans.
Oh, you barfed on his Jordans.
Sorry,
oh my
sir.
God.
Clean ass white
Sir,
Jordans.
here you go. You can use this.
I'm
You can
fine.
Use that whenever you want.
Oh my God, you barfed on that leprechaun's Jordan.
Oh my God, you guys are mean as hell.
Yeah, want to be on our team?
You can be leprechaun baby.
You can be
Leprechaun baby.
You can be,
Leprechaun
you can
baby.
be spit shoes leprechaun.
Oh, we needed that. We needed that.
All right.
I think I just came my pants.
White bullets.
Yeah, white bullets.
So,
Wanna take
do
a
you wanna-
break?
Yeah, okay. Let's take a break. Let's
Come
do
back
some
in.
news. Yeah.
I'm sure Seth's news is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be nothing in there that's rattle any bones.
I can't remember. I was sick when I made these. So.
This is probably one of the craziest songs that
Actually, before we go to break,
yeah, do your thing.
pintsandpauls.com. It's still happening next week, as far as we know, as of now. I've been back and forth with Paul and stuff, so That's pintsandpauls.com. Over 100 different craft beers, all for a good cause. Pet Rescue by Judy, and another pet charity as well. You could find out all the information on pintsandpauls.com. You can get VIP tickets, and I think the starts at 2 to 6.
Yep. Sanford, I guess, just canceled the truck pull this weekend.
Which is their St. Patty's Day event, so that's a massive cancellation.
Also, Juan put a list of the our team in there. It's Seth Petrozelli, Big Tim Murphy, Machete Gas Mask, who I don't know who that is.
Yeah, Machete Gas Mask, Fart Gas Mask, same lady.
Oh, do we call
Remember
it?
when she came out and tried to kill her boyfriend with her
Machete
shit?
Gas.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. All right, then Supergirl, Jen, Remy, Cadillac Pat, the Miami Boys. You got to throw
who else we missing?
Joey. You got to throw Joey in there.
Joey.
Do we throw Kramer in there?
Kramer's in there. Oh my God, he might be the leader. He might be the leader. He's Egghead. Like he's the he's mainframe.
Yeah, Big Tim's on there.
Yeah, Big Tim's on there.
When you get the
You're
Russian,
saying I'm not the brain.
Oh, your crazy Russian friend.
They told me because they went with me to
That
Felice's
guy's
fight.
insane.
They told me to talk to you guys about bringing him in next time.
Oh, we want him in.
Tom will love that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's
the Russian.
certifiable, right? He's crazy.
Yeah, he's out there. He's Russian. He's Russian, so I mean.
Yeah, he's very out there.
All
Tell him to
right.
stop meddling in our elections using Ghana as
Exactly.
their. Geez, Louise, stop it! The Russian trolls. Let's do some more music. My God, we needed that laugh.
Oh, Granny Beth. We forgot
Granny Beth. I think she's dead.
Oh, Ennis. He's in there.
Ennis the Penis. Anybody else you can think of, Tom? Tuttle's in there.
Yeah, Tuttle's in there.
Yeah, well, he might be the leader. I gotta send something to him. The name of this band is The Garden. It's from their Kiss My Super Bowl Ring album.
Yeah.
The name of the song is Sneaky Devil, and it's crazy. So enjoy this. We'll be back with more A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan momentarily. Welcome back to A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I almost didn't make that. I was in there waiting for somebody to get out of the little boy's room. Welcome back to the show.
Did you wash your hands?
I did, yeah. I do. I sing the ABCs like they taught my daughter at school. I go A, B, C, D, E,
I didn't realize
F,
that was a thing.
I do like this. I go A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then I go my thumb, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
W, X, Y, and Z. And then I rinse.
I always do it.
No, I mean,
next time
like-
you sing with me, and then I didn't.
No, you're supposed to I mean, you're supposed to wash your 20
second,
seconds. Yeah. So I just, look, man, I'm just trying to do my part. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just trying to survive.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
1, 2, skip a few, 20. Done.
Let's do some news.
All right. I'm
gonna play it all the way through, then?
I'm going to play it all the way through because I
bitch.
had some people,
right.
they hate it when you don't, so let's do it.
99 MRIs trying to prove he's gonna die. The CD is kicking in with every new hit at the gym. He laid out Kimbo with an attack, but the Russian won't call him back. And we all forgot about that fight. Just more proof alone you're gonna die. From fighting in the UFC to reading news to you and me, you could say he wears a lot of hats, but we'll just focus on his eyes. So hippo people, get off your hooves and put them together for you know who. As if you narps don't have a clue. It's Seth Petrozelli with your douchebro news. It's Seth Petrozelli with your douchebro news. Narps.
Douche Bro News.
News today brought to you by melissasoroka.com. If you're looking for a haircut, a hair color, treatment.
She specializes in color.
Yep. Non-crowded salon, clean and safe environment. If you're looking for, some haircut or color,
Get your
men's,
hair
women,
did, yeah.
kids, she'll take care of you. And
She has a beautiful little son. She knows her way around the littles. If
Yeah.
you got a little that needs a haircut, I know that can be sometimes traumatic for kids.
Is that kind of a dig on me that my new segment's sponsored by a haircut?
I did that on purpose.
I mean,
I'm
like
not
he
gonna
does
lie.
these subtly. He's kind of a
I saw
dick
that.
genius.
I see that.
You'll be sitting
I
at
try to make
home.
everybody
Like
feel
he
bad.
says things to me, and then I'll go about my day, and then I'll be sitting at home sometimes, like eating dinner, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, he was like really, really fucking insulting me there." And then I write in my journal about how I'm going to murder him.
Oh, okay.
MelissaSoroka.com. All right, what's the first story, Seth?
All right. What the hell is that? Since we're talking about science and, let's just stick to the science as far as this disease goes.
Okay.
I thought this was cool because it had science. Scientists claim to have found the first known extraterrestrial protein in a meteorite, which is huge. A new discovery could be a clue for us to see if life emerged elsewhere in the solar system. Using a new analysis technique, scientists think they have found an extraterrestrial protein tucked inside a meteorite that fell to Earth 30 years ago.
What type of like it could be anything, right? Like I'm a
What do you mean it could be
protein, right?
Well, there's a lot of different proteins, but I guess this is one that is not found on Earth.
Yeah, well, no, this one, okay. All right. Over the last few years, meteorites from the wider solar system have been yielding some building blocks for life as we know it. Cyanide, which could play a role in building molecules necessary for life. Ribose, a type of sugar that is found in RNA, and amino acids, organic compounds that combine to form proteins. So, cyanide and ribose.
Well, there's certain building blocks and
Sound like
certain-
American gladiators.
certain
Right.
things that are found that it kind of show scientists that the same type of things that built our life.
It's there.
It's like
it's
all right,
there. That's what you're looking for, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, are the building blocks there?
Are there other things that we had that helped us,
Right.
build Earth out in the solar system, out in the universe?
Not helping us now.
Life
I mean,
cannot happen without those building blocks.
Yeah,
what if
no
an
way. Proteins
alien
or
ship
something.
landed right now? We'd be really scared. We'd draw down on it. And then
Yeah,
what
yeah.
if they were like,
No, wait, stop. We have been through viruses like this before. We only want to share our knowledge.
and then we're like,
humans are scared of things they don't know about.
got
But
carpet in my mouth.
the
Dude, those extraterrestrials will be carrying diseases that we couldn't even defend against. So talk about a disaster. They'd spread all sorts of alien STDs and stuff like that too.
If you're not butt fucking them, son.
Well, I would.
Well,
so
again-
that'd be my first scientific experiment: is does their asshole feel the same as a human asshole?
There, now he's got it. There it is.
Again, there'd be no reason to come visit us for anything. If you were so advanced you
Yeah.
could even get here, it would be like talking to ants for us. It'd be like these
Yeah.
people are idiots.
You don't talk to ants?
It's pointless. They don't understand.
I'm like,
Auntie
They're
Ann.
out of the
tiny.
way, little fellas.
Their tiny brains can't comprehend anything.
Big guy
They're-
coming through.
But we can. We can comprehend. Like if they any sort of like math, universal, the universal language, they could do
Yeah.
something like that.
But-
I'm like, what do you got down there? What do you got? Is that a piece of a Frito scoop?
I've
Is
heard
that
it.
yummy?
I've
Is that
heard
yummy?
it been described as like us talking to chimpanzees. If someone of that advanced intelligence were to talk to us, it'd kind of be like us talking to a chimpanzee.
I don't want to talk to anything that's chimpanzees. I only want to talk to the chimpanzees.
So this won't like. We need to find some actual for all scientists out there, like finding a protein or some like record or fossil of a protein or whatever, that is a huge deal.
Yeah.
But for the general population, we're like, nah.
I mean, of course, it's not the build. A meteorite didn't fall and you find a worm on it. Obviously, that would be huge. Everyone would be like, oh
The worm's
shit.
like, this
Space worm.
Yeah. So, fuck.
What's up, y'all? Fucking space worm.
Yeah.
Let's jam.
Space Jam.
That's what people want,
But
when-
you'll
when
never
it-
No, I
get
know,
that.
I know.
No, it's
It's
not
the
exciting
world-
enough.
You could.
It's not sexy enough. Use
Yeah.
the right word. It's just not sexy
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Protein in a meteorite is not space worm.
But for people that kind of
Men in
know, I
Black
mean, once
shit
you
right
think
there.
about it, it's super exciting because then it just shows you that the
Egger and
the
Egger
building blocks for life did probably crash onto Earth and form, some sort of thing.
Yeah, well,
I still believe in space worms.
They think, and they have a theory that the Earth was seeded by asteroids from which means it
life
must
came
have
from out of
much like your yard has been seeded by raccoons.
Exactly.
With
Pica.
Pica. Tied it together.
Bingo, bango,
Let's
bongo.
plug it in the show.
What if the universe was seeded by
But it's just
space
like that.
goons?
I mean, literally, it's just.
Whoa.
I mean, that was Prometheus. The aliens came down and killed themselves, and they melted and went into the ocean, and that's what seeded some of the life.
By the way,
Prometheus.
If I was a Prometheus alien, I'd be like, can't we do this in any other way besides from me melting into the waterfall?
Yeah.
Do I have to melt it? Like, can't we just get some other like?
No.
I'll just pour it into the waterfall.
Can't do it.
Why do I have to melt?
That'd be the best
melt.
way to know that you created life on another planet. Like you're like the factor that started life on another planet. That's huge. I think that'd be an awesome way to go. I'd kill myself for that.
I mean, or you could be the guy that poured the Homer bucket of life into the waterfall. And be like, I did that. I didn't have to die. I'm still alive.
Yeah.
As long as they name a high school after me, I'd be cool.
Is that really your goal? I think we can make that happen.
Really?
Yeah. With your mask on, the way that you look like Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero goes to Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. It looks like Sub-Zero.
We may be able to get a portrait of you on Mills 50 on one of those electric boxes.
Yeah, do you want that?
That's a stretch.
Oh, I'm still waiting for the side of my gym to be painted.
I'm still
Shark
waiting on
Week
that
guy's
too.
still waiting on the trophy, so.
Yeah. There's a lot of waiting.
Tom Van guarantees me.
Are we
nothing.
holding Shark Week this year? Like we're postponing it because of Corona, right?
Oh.
And I didn't shark last
Or
week.
we're
when I
gonna have more entries this year
Probably.
than ever because people are like, "I got Corona, I'm shitting my pants."
I don't know if you shit
That's not
really.
a side
I wish you did.
that would have been a better side.
It's more of a respiratory thing. Hey, send in one of your Corona loogies, and the biggest one wins a free BDM membership.
My God.
Just show us, take a picture of it with a ruler to show us size and thickness.
So I didn't shart on the plane last week on the way back from Felicia's fight, but I farted the entire way back.
Poor
And they were
Felicia.
hot. No, Felicia wasn't
Due to
bombing.
particles.
It was just a little kid that kept the typical kid that was like
You
putting
farted
your
back
knees
there.
up and like moving my seat. I was getting so fucking mad. So I didn't care. I was just literally not holding it back. I was just like hot ones just sipping it.
Sizzlers.
And I was just smelling it. I was getting grossed out. And I
Hot
kept
sizzlers.
intentionally
Wow.
wafting it back between so the little girl hopefully smelt it back there. I don't know if she did.
They get
but I hope
hot.
she did.
God damn.
They even come out hotter than I think that they are when they're being held in your body, which is impossible.
They react to the air.
They react to the air. Yeah, it's the proteins, the ribose.
I mean, it hurts sometimes. Like sometimes they come out so hot, and then they stay, and then I move, and I can feel the heat come out of my short legs.
Was that you after Arugas?
No, that happened way later. I got up after we went to Arugas for wings because Tom decided to treat. I don't know. This whole
Special
thing.
lunch treat.
I feel like this whole thing is like really like stressing you out. So you decided to be a good human and take us all out for a company lunch.
Had nothing to do with this.
And
he was celebrating.
And then we went out. You were. Can I say why you're celebrating? I won't do that. I won't make you uncomfortable. So you're celebrating, and you took us out, and then like at 2:30 a.m., I could feel my wife moving. And then I started moving, and then my belly started like making noises. And then I do this thing where I go into the bathroom, and I have a potty light. The one that's motion activated, that changes color in there, which is weird because I had to, first thing I had to get over is that the first color is red.
Okay.
And every time I sat down, I was like, but then it'll change different colors. You have to keep motion activating it. But I had to go to the potty, and I was sitting there having a big steam and diarrhea, and then my wife came in because the light turned off, and sometimes I'll just sit there in the dark, like shitting in the quiet. And my wife came in to pee, and she saw me, and she's like, "Wah!" Like she got scared, and I was like, "Wah!" And then Maisie woke up. So there you go.
Next stories though.
Okay. Have any of you guys seen? I don't have kids and stuff, so I don't watch Disney stuff. But Mulan, like the
Yes.
The original? Yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah. Okay. So Mulan, Disney dropped character following the Me Too movement. A Disney producer says the character Li Shang is missing from the live-action remake of Mulan, as his storyline is not appropriate in the Me Too era. The film tells of a woman who disguises herself as a man to fight in place of her father in China's Imperial Army. In the 98 animated original, based on the Chinese legend Hua Mulan, General Li Shang developed a bond with Mulan's male warrior alter ego Ping. I'm not following the names. After her true identity was revealed,
Me no like these names.
she
Me like names like Greg, Steve, Ricky.
She and Li Shang have dinner together. And given the recent revelations in Hollywood, however, producer Jason Reed confirmed they were uncomfortable with the power dynamics in their relationship. I don't get what. So she was dressed as a guy, and they the other guy kind of found it attractive to him, was attracted. So is that what the issue was?
I'm gonna have to
I feel
get
like
a
it was
Sam
more
on
like
this
a
one.
like a football like smack on the ass kind of thing.
Yeah, like, good job,
camaraderie.
bro.
Yeah.
But she was dressed as a male, so he was acting like he was a male, smacking a butt type of thing. What's wrong with that?
Well, it's a kids movie.
you guys
so
do it in the
imagine
gym.
people are
I mean,
extra
like-
sensitive.
Also, they removed a lot of like. There's other characters that were removed from this movie. Like I don't know.
Who's the fat guy in the? There's the three guys.
Yeah, I don't know any of their names.
There's like the fat
Mulan
guy.
was more of my
it-
husband's
Oh, wait.
movie.
It says having a commanding officer that is also the sexual love interest was very uncomfortable, and we didn't think it was appropriate.
I think also
Having a
age-wise, I had heard that earlier before this story. I had heard that the age, there is a weird discrepancy with a lot of these princesses and their loved interests in the movie.
Like 22-year-olds with 40-year-olds type thing?
Well, no, like 16-year-old with
Right.
like
14-year-old Ariel.
Like a Pocahontas.
exactly. Like a Pocahontas, or even like Rapunzel. All these things. It's like the guy he's climbing up the hair.
They're
and he's
Little
like,
Mermaid. If you look up at the actual
She's 16.
she's 16, and the goddamn prince is in his
he was
20s.
like
or-
22
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
something.
Yeah, they're making this bigger. Like Christine in our Twitch chat room.
like, what's a big deal?
The Subway guy is literally in prison for the same
Yeah.
exact thing.
You're like the Subway guy can kick.
I would never do that if it's legal. I mean, there's some states where 16 is legal.
Not for over 18, I think.
Some parts of the world. Who knows if the mermaid is in?
I think
That doesn't make
what
it
if
okay.
she's
Are you going to
Russian?
keep opening your scope until you find what you're looking for?
Right.
But in Thailand,
There's
bro.
child marriages in other countries. That doesn't mean it's okay.
Oh, I know. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying it depends on where legality-wise.
And in time-wise, like, let's be honest, back 100 years ago, people were fucking getting married to teens all the goddamn
They're
time.
still doing it.
I mean, you go far enough back,
Right.
it was like, when you had your period, everybody's like, society's like, oh, she's ready, like fucking 12 years older or
But
some
I-
shit.
I think that's
Like,
called,
it's
if you're old
crazy.
enough to bleed, you're old enough to breathe.
That's
Jesus
there.
Christ.
I mean,
There it is.
and a couple hundred years ago, it was standard practice.
Yeah. No, it's
Still happens in some compounds.
yeah, it is
Right here in our country.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally weird. Yeah, don't do that. Don't. It's just weird.
So it's a good thing that they did this. Then it's appropriate.
But then probably
I think they just
do you think
they
that,
wanted to take the whole love interest out of it completely.
Yeah, Tom, do you think that had anything to? I mean, obviously, it had something to do with what would be your expectant age of living, right? I mean, you're living.
Oh yeah, because they
less,
weren't only
so-
living to 40 or 50. So,
like,
yeah,
let's say
Yeah.
you're a 19-year-old village boy who, like, you're, and then you've been called up to the army or whatever, and your love interest is. I'm making this up. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Of course I am.
But it's a 12 or 13-year-old girl that has been like promised to you, and you're like 17, 18, 19. I mean, like,
I got 20 years
you're
left.
gonna be dead
Standard
at
practice.
28.
Yeah.
Like, so you're an old ass man at 28.
Still creepy.
This.
Oh yeah,
but
it
this,
is.
This
But
was
I
the
don't
norm.
think. But I don't think they looked at it like that. So
course
like
not.
to them, I don't think it was ever creepy. I think it would have been just as innocent as anything else. I just
If
like.
you're 20, you're middle aged already.
But
Like,
everything evolves, and through modern science and living longer and evolving, we've gotten to a point where we understand that that's not right. So yeah, I know, right?
So in Mulan,
I got a daughter, bro. I'm
Romans used to have bang boys.
in Mulan, there's a couple of weird things.
The Greeks more than the Romans.
But with any old movie, you're depicting or any movie set in a particular time period, you're depicting that time period, and then that's where it becomes
Where do you
weird
stand
because
on
then you're
that?
like,
Do you edit that out of Disney Plus, or you keep it in? Where do you stand on that?
I don't give two shits.
Like, so Song
None
of the
this
South,
shit-
let it roll. So Mulan,
well-
let it roll. Like, just leave it the way I'm.
They're not going to change the.
Why
animated
even
version.
redo it? To me, it's
I
just
thought
like,
they have edited some things on Disney Plus,
I don't
or no?
think so.
Like, I'm a big believer in the way it was made. Leave it the way it was made.
They didn't
It's
even
like,
put Song of the
It's
South
kind of
on
like
there.
my mom, and I'm not saying, and this is a blanket statement. It's kind of like my mom with books. Like my mom is, like Like there's certain areas she's conservative, but for the most part, she's a pretty liberal cat. But like when it comes to like censorship of like the creative written word, she is anti any of that. You know, like you wrote it, you know, like books like Grapes of Wrath, books like The Great Gatsby, like these are books that should not ever, you know, be eradicated by salacious content or the fact that they're titillating. I mean, they're important to leave them as they are and not water it down. It's important to do that.
Well, modifying it and taking stuff out and picking and choosing stuff. I would do this shit with the holy books
They
and
do with the
Bibles
Bible,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. Like,
What
well,
about like
we don't-
taking statues down? Like, what Robert? Would you do? You agree with that then?
Yes, I would.
I do because it's different than consuming the knowledge of a book. The
Right.
book you have to actively like go and do. The statue you could just be walking by and there it is. It's Johnny Reb and he's got his Confederate flag.
But
and
then
like,
it's gonna
yeah,
make.
I
But
don't need to see
on
that.
on play devil advocate, it's gonna make somebody kind of like, well, who is that? And then research and then find out. You know.
I mean,
be
it's
knowledgeable,
history.
be
Know about
knowledgeable.
your history, but
Yeah,
we
well,
don't need to
yeah.
glorify
But they're-
things. We
they're-
don't fly Nazi flags.
Yeah, we're not a country where the statues should be for the bad guys.
Right.
I get it. Yeah, I get
That's
it.
just kind of my take. But, you know, I mean, I understand when people get upset about it because you're not rewriting or not changing history, but, you know.
You're throwing a blanket over.
You're throwing
it.
a little bit. Yeah,
little bit.
You're like, don't show them it. This is this could be offensive to people. We're like, yes, it was horrible. Like we've.
I think
like,
they
there's
belong in
people that have done horrible shit, including the government, including like a bunch of people. Like at one point in time, this country was literally separated and fighting each other. It's like that happened.
We're
you
about
know.
to do that now over toilet paper,
Yeah,
bro.
So it's like, and then the movies too. To me, it's just like, why redo the movie? I guess it's just easier.
They're remaking everything right
Well,
now.
it's live action too, and that's
So
their,
they're doing every
that's their
Disney movie
scapegoat.
live
Their
action.
scapegoat is the live action
But
thing.
the release date did get pushed back
Yeah.
because of the coronavirus. It was supposed to come out like next week, I think.
Yeah. Everything is because everything's so based like your whole budget. And
I'm kind of glad.
the
I feel like I
business-
can catch up on entertainment now.
Oh,
Because all I watch is QVC and bullshit. I feel like now.
But you won't. You'll keep watching
No,
QVC.
I won't. Like now, I feel like I can dig into Netflix and Hulu, and I can catch up to where you guys are on everything. And then by the time this thing like gets, you know, I'm not saying it's going to get over. I don't think we're there. I don't think we'll ever be there. I think that you know this is going to be the new thing. But I kind of feel like by that time I'll come in. I'll be like, I caught up to you guys because of the whole virus and everything. I know what's happening. in
Are
Breaking
late night
Bad.
shows like continuing? I know they're doing it without an audience, but like say John Oliver or say
I don't know.
I don't know.
Or the
Some of
nightly shows.
I don't know
Some
what's
of the
happening.
some of the nightly shows said that they were going on hiatus and going dark. And then I did talk to Crystal last night. I was like,
You
I
talk
wonder-
to your wife? That's good. dude.
I wonder why they're just not doing it without an audience. And then I was like,
It's a massive production team.
that and well, also the hosts of these shows are used to talking to an audience, so it may throw them off.
Yeah, well, the monologue is going to be weird.
Because their
Having a
monologue
laugh track
is,
over top of
yeah,
everything,
it's
yeah.
technically stand up. Like, and most of these hosts at least have done stand up or at least know them. Like Jimmy Kimmel, like has been doing monologues for so long. Like you develop this give and take with the audience and this.
Well, you and I
to
have
do
it.
Yeah.
Like even the beginning of the show, didn't you feel? And you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think because of the way the world is right now, we're off. The
Of course, yeah,
It wasn't like it's bad. It was just like when you come in, you're just. It's almost like coming in sideways. You know, you're just like. You know, like I don't know, it's weird.
Well, especially those guys, they get used to doing it nightly, and so
It's a routine.
You're doing something for X amount of years, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Hey, do it just to the camera, no audience,"
That's hard.
and then they're probably like, "Well, why?" Like, why put out a subpar product? Just fucking cancel it, right? It's not like anybody's watching the late night shows for, anything other than entertainment.
I don't know.
right?
I kind of feel.
You're not
and you-
going
and-
to them to like. Let's
And
see
you
what-
tell me if you feel this way, but I kind of feel I'm kind of excited. Like not excited. That's the wrong adjective. I like the idea that we run things lean here.
Uh-huh.
You know, like we're probably not going to have. You guys will probably be like the last couple of listeners that come in and hang with us just because we're trying to do everything right, you know, and be cautious for our own families as well. You got to think about that, you know. But I kind of am excited to continue to do shows for folks, you know, like with not necessarily with an audience. I would venture a guess that people like Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel, it bothers them that they've maybe been told to not broadcast. You know, like my old show I worked for, Ed Till. like that guy, like it drove him crazy when they pulled him off the air because he was going to take Larry Elder's spot in L.A. and it got leaked to the press very early on, which made Larry Elder get with the NAACP, and then I think they filed a lawsuit, like kind of claiming that it was some sort of a racial thing, which it wasn't. But so it became like a thing. So then they pulled everybody, right?
Yeah.
But like Ed couldn't get on the air. And nothing drove him crazier than not being able to broadcast, you know, like, because that's, you kind of get into it because you like, I'm sure that those guys really like it is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You know, like there's an ego involved in there. There's a brand, there's a presence, there's a thing, you know, I'm surprised they haven't just said, well, I'm just going to continue to do it, you know, because you need entertainment in points like right now.
Yeah. And who knows,
I think it's extremely important. Like,
I totally agree.
Like I used to kind of like shit on what we do, like honestly, like, and be like, it's nothing, it's stupid. But now I understand, I think, because of my anxiety, because of my depression, I understand that you do need these kind of things to kind of guide you away from just that cold, hard facts. You know, like you'll go insane.
Of course, yeah. Or just keeping normal life going as you know it, you know, even though everything's a little different a little bit.
Way different. Way different.
Anyway, next story, Seth.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Turn it into No Joke Friday for a little bit.
No, sorry.
UFC actually canceled their event, or they're not canceling. They're canceling people watching the event, so they're just gonna have all the fights done without an audience.
Really?
Yeah, which is kind of cool because I did that on the Ultimate Fighter and it was fucking. I
loved it?
Oh, it was so nice just having just the referees and Dana. You know,
I'm
just
down
the,
for
but
it.
if we can watch it,
it was so.
To be honest, the fucking crowd's the worst part when you're watching it.
It was such an intimate thing to just fight another guy with nobody else around.
Yeah.
Just people, a couple
You could
people
focus
watching.
more, I'm sure. Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, it was so.
But the
intense.
vast
And you
majority
heard
of the
every
money
shot.
that UFC makes is off of the broadcast,
no,
not,
they make-
not of the people coming, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, pay-per-views were.
Yeah, so who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
I mean, the people that wanted to go, I guess.
I mean, but those
fuck
tickets are expensive.
That's
You
why
know,
we're a little nervous because it's Felicia
Of
Fight's only
course.
2 months away, so we're kind of nervous.
I think everybody's nervous about everything, you know, like, and I think you should be. I think you don't use the term nerves.
No,
use
we're
the
nervous.
term cautious.
We're
You're being
nervous that
cautious.
it's going to be canceled. We want to fucking fight, so that's what we're nervous about.
Yeah.
To me, it seems like once that you see like friends and family and celebrities and stuff get through the virus and come out the other side and then talk about it, people's like levels of concern will start going down because like
once Tom Hanks gets out of it, we're good.
No, we need that. Like, we need him to, and he's been doing updates. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've been following him. Could that guy be any cooler?
I know, right?
Yeah, Tom Hanks is awesome.
Like, he's the coolest guy. The whole, like, he did some post of him and his wife. By the way, he holds his age well. He looks good. And then at the end, he writes, "There's no crying in baseball." I'm like, my God, you're going to make me cry, motherfucker.
I am not a conspiracy theorist.
Gotta be 60?
He's almost 70.
No.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
so he's almost 70.
I'm gonna be Big Tim for a minute.
Oh, you think it's fake?
63.
You think it's fake? You
No,
think,
I don't
think
thi-
that Trump called in a favor and said you got to pretend you got corona?
No, I don't
No
think
way.
Trump called anybody.
Hanks
but
wouldn't do that anyway.
I
don't think he would.
Okay, so I'm not a conspiracy theorist at
I
all.
like where you're going, Big Tom.
But if
Big Tom Murphy.
It was it could be the perfect scenario to make people at ease where you get America's most beloved actor.
Oh,
I mean,
God. Yeah.
You can put him in that
he is.
category,
No,
right?
no, dude.
I mean, at least top 10 most
but
beloved
I would
actor
argue
of all
with
time.
Is there anybody that dislikes
Well,
Tom
yeah,
Hanks?
because isn't he part of that ring group where they say he goes to like the pedophile island and stuff?
No.
No, I've never heard
everybody
that.
is.
I'm pretty sure
Everybody
they thought he
is.
was.
Seth
never
Petrozelli,
heard
the
that.
Nazi, is saying that
I'm not saying that.
Tom
I'm
Hanks is a
playing-
pedophile.
I did not say
We'll
that.
put that on
I'm
record.
asking
Get him.
if he's like one of the people that are in that ring.
America's most beloved Nazi says. I think I'm with you. I think
not
that's an accurate. I think that's an accurate statement.
Go-
He is
okay.
America's most beloved actor.
So
I
if-
believe that.
If you were like, say that there is some sort of puppet master, just like pulling the strings,
Illuminati.
Oh,
That's what Brandon T. Jackson said. He said that the virus was released by the Illuminati to kill the black man. That's what he said. Something like that.
So
How many black men have died
Yeah, I
yet
think
so
there's
far?
Did you just look it up? It's super crazy. I don't want to keep interrupting Tom.
no, it's okay. But the if you were sitting back and you're like, man, I do not need my nation to panic, and panic can be the worst because honestly, if everybody panic, like we need our whole system to keep moving forward. Like we rely with our lives on this
Yeah.
system that we've built.
Yes.
We do not live off the land anymore. We live in fucking cities and suburbs
Yeah.
and shit, and we rely on the system for everything. So, like, if you were like in control of the government, or at least maybe this, bullshit Illuminati or whatever,
Yeah.
and you were like, man, what do we need? You would probably be like, we need a celebrity to get this, and then report to the public that he's fine, that he's going to go through the process.
You need,
or
like,
whatever, and come out the other side.
You
And
need-
then you're like,
you need
we need
Oprah.
Hanks, and then like let's call Hanks.
Who
and
else
he's
can
in
you put in that
Australia,
category?
and ask him for a favor. All we need
Pitt.
you to do is say you
No.
got corona.
No,
and go
I
to-
don't think Pitt
People
makes the
hate-
cut.
people hate Pitt.
I think
Do they?
Hanks,
Yeah.
I love Pitt.
Oprah.
I hate Oprah.
People hate Oprah.
I hate Oprah.
What about Rory? What
Fuck it,
about
I hate Hanks now, so yeah.
Why do you hate Hanks?
Just 'cause everybody
Betty
hates
White.
I just listen to whatever
Betty?
Howard Stern
No,
says.
too
Howard
old.
Stern
Too
hates
old.
me.
What about what's his name? Golf. Rory. McIlroy.
He's
McIlroy.
He's Scottish.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, like
Hanks is man.
but
He's the
li-
number one. Like,
Yeah, I'm trying
I
to
think
think of anybody
America
else.
then.
now people like obviously that's when the shit got the most real. I think for people like, oh fuck, Tom Hanks has a coronavirus, but through
Bryan
him,
Cranston, somebody said that's a good one too.
still Hanks is still more
Yeah,
beloved
way
than
bigger.
Cranston because
Way bigger.
Cranston played a villain, and I think that taints his overall likability
We need a girl.
little bit, even though he's a likable villain.
Who's the girl?
I like your B-side knowledge. Power Rangers. He was a villain.
Dolly Parton. Too old?
Jennifer
I
Aniston.
hate her boobs.
I don't know. I
No.
know.
Well,
We need a-
people
we need
don't
a-
like her because the
Reese
whole Brad Pitt.
Witherspoon.
Still not a beloved
Nah,
Hanks.
because she was a bitch to that cop.
Hater.
when she was
Oh yeah,
drunk.
she was a bitch to that cop. I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
I'm telling you, man.
No, somebody
Hanks is
beloved.
the number
no,
one.
I think he is, but I'm trying to find a girl. I need a counterpart here.
Yeah.
Bullock? Sandra Bullock?
Somebody said that in the Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/.
She was married to a Nazi for a little bit, though.
Yeah,
He
little
wasn't a
bit.
Nazi.
Yeah, he just
I
liked to fuck
mean-
Nazis.
Was he a
That's
beloved
different.
Nazi?
That's
Drew
different.
Barrymore?
No, she
No,
went through. She
no.
had like a whole drug thing.
But everyone loves her for it. 'cause
She's
she
too
came
crazy.
out.
No,
She's
she's too.
Corey
We need
Haim.
it. We need wholesome.
Susan Sarandon.
No.
Too much political.
No, I think Hanks
Yeah.
is it.
The
I mean,
client
Hanks is
didn't like
it.
her from that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's no
he-
good girls.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Hanks Hanks.
I'm
That's
just
it.
Meryl
saying
Streep.
that it's pretty.
People hate her.
He's in Australia. They could be like, all right, it's he's quarantined over there, and it could be the perfect. Like all he'd have to do, like he'd agree to, like just. Now I'm not saying this is true. I don't even
Jamie Lee
believe
Curtis
this.
in Activia.
No, I like Dolly.
Oh,
the
Jamie
chat
Lee
room's
Curtis is
beating me
good.
up because I said no to Dolly, but she's too
Still
old.
got good titties.
Yeah,
in-
She's
in the 70s.
she's
She's about to pose for Playboy again.
No,
Yeah,
on
she
the,
wants to, yeah.
No,
The
on
cover.
the cover. She
Yeah,
did
yeah.
the cover in the black Playboy outfit, the like one piece.
I agree with. I think Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah.
no.
doesn't love her?
She's got a dick.
She has
Everybody
a
knows
penis.
that.
Doesn't?
That's a scientific fact.
Yeah, I'm taking science facts from Butler now.
Yeah, she's got a baby dick. Everybody knows.
I
that.
would suck her dick.
I think she's a little. Well, you gotta-
America's most beloved Nazi would suck her dick.
Would you stop? Don't put that out there, goddammit. Oh, Nazi.
What other stories we got?
I fought the little Nazi guys in high school. Remember those guys who wore red shoelaces and stuff?
Oh yeah. Skinheads
I was
would
a
change
sharp-
the
I was a-
color of their laces to show that they were racist.
I was a Sharpie.
A sharp.
Were
mean
you?
not a Sharpie. A Sharpie is a marker. God damn it.
I was a sharp, but no, you call them Sharpies.
A sharp.
I know that's what it stands for. The P is the ending of what it stands for, but we called ourselves Sharpies.
Okay.
I'm telling you, that's what we said. We're like, I'm a
You could
Sharpie.
be a Sharpie. You can be a
Last
Sharpay.
Dumb marker.
Can I be a red Sharpie? I like red.
You can be a red
Okay.
Sharpay.
Michigan man stabbed with samurai sword after not buying pot for a partner.
All right.
A Michigan man was attacked by his samurai sword A Michigan man was attacked by his samurai sword wielding partner last month after he allegedly didn't buy marijuana for the suspect, according to a report. Neil Patrick Wasinski.
Neil Patrick Wasinski.
He was 28. He was hit with various assault charges 2 days after allegedly punching the victim's rib cage and and stabbing him with a 21-inch sword inside the suspect's apartment.
Can I do a quick impression of Susan? He goes, man stabbed with samurai sword for not buying pot for partner.
That's close.
That's pretty good, right?
It's still armed with the bloody sword. Wasinski chased the 23-year-old victim into a parking lot before they both took refuge in their separate apartments. Police were called to the scene around noon, blah, 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 when they found the victim smoking a cigarette while holding the bloody towel to his side. Imagine getting stabbed by a samurai sword. The only thing you do is hold and smoke a cigarette. Wait for the cops.
Yeah, I can see Tom doing that. And he calls me up. He's like, oh, you gotta get over here, man.
Butler stabbed me.
Butler's really doing me in this
Butler was using my drill to grill out the gas holes in my gas grill. And
So the victim said he was Wasinski's boyfriend of 1.5 years and claimed his partner decided to just attack him after he failed to buy him marijuana.
Again, I like the news. They have to, for whatever reason, like put in a reason. Like this happens all the time, where they put the reason, and then everybody always the story becomes the reason where really it's just you got in a fight with your boyfriend or wife. It wasn't because your wife burnt the fucking meatloaf and that's why you ended up slamming her head through the drywall. Right. It's because
it's like the 10th time.
That was the small spark that escalated the fight that ended up domestic abuse.
Right.
So,
you're right.
You know, but everybody, the news, and because the story is the reason, right?
Yes.
It's like, oh, you wouldn't buy marijuana.
Yeah, you're right.
That's just a detail of like this escalating fight that turned into grab my samurai sword over my mantle because I imagine that's
and
where
most of them though, as soon as you
Mine's on my fridge.
as soon as you stab something or chop something, immediately the blade falls out of the handle. Right? Everybody's done that. Everybody, or at least this is a stereotype. I'm sorry, ladies. Unfortunately, this is not you. Every boy has bought a samurai. Every boy has bought a samurai sword, chopped something with it, and had either that little what is that? The hilt or what is the thing? The guard. The guard, and it falls completely apart after you chop something, and then you just have the blade. You just stick it in there. Your dad tries to glue it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a fucking
that's
mess.
cheap samurai swords. I got my good ones from Japan when I was a
They're
kid.
real.
They're
real
real.
ones.
I mean, they're still good now.
Could I just start chopping trees crazy?
We used to slice cucumbers with them. Like we used to put them on a little pole and then practice slicing the top of the cucumbers off. To practice scalping, I guess. I don't know.
Would you hold the sheath in the hand? Because I like that move. When you're holding the sheath like this.
Yeah, it's in our belt. It's in our belt. We actually took Iaido. I'm a green belt in Iaido, so I had it in my belt. And then you have your thumb. You have your thumb on the hilt on the guard, so that way if somebody does try to pull it, they can't pull it because that's like safety. So you keep your thumb.
You try to steal my sword. I put my thumb over.
I have my thumb guard on.
Well, it stops somebody from pulling it out.
And then you do this thing. You do that. I was trying. You were trying to pull my sword, but I had the thumb guard on.
No, that's racist.
I use the same thumb to put over my Bud Light.
I also put the same thumb over my dick lips when I'm trying to hold my pee in.
And my brother, I did cut my brother's tendon in his hand with it in a fight once, and he had to get it reattached, and it was a big deal.
With his sword?
Why?
Were you in a sword fight?
You sword fought your brother?
It was right out of high school. I was moving to Tampa to start my college career.
I didn't even know you had a brother. Like, did you know that?
Really?
Oh, Jeff Petrozelli?
No,
where's your brother live?
He lives in Lake Nona.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is he older or younger?
He's younger. He looks older though.
Is he a narc? Is he like?
He trained. He was in karate with me growing up. He did kickboxing at my gym for a while. He fought once kickboxing.
Does he? Is he in good shape like you?
Not anymore. No. I mean, he's in okay shape. We're athletic naturally. So. So anyway, I was trying to get him to move to pack up because he was supposed to move with me to Tampa.
If you don't move with me, I'm gonna fucking samurai you.
Kinda. He wouldn't wake up, so I was trying to make up to move. He's like, ugh. So I bugged him and
chop his fucking head off.
He flipped out. He pulled the samurai sword on me. I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do with that? And I chopped it out of it. I hit his hand and grabbed it from him. So I got the sword away from my brother. I'm not kidding.
Hold on. So you wake your brother up to help you move.
Rewind.
He's so mad that he jumps up and grabs a sword.
Yes, that's above the bed.
Of course it is.
Because you guys
live in a cheesy white trash, Chinese stars everywhere, fucking tapestries, bunch of fucking white trash shit.
Did you grab your diamond
your
plate
whole
coffee
room
table as a shield?
No, I just knew he was
Your
going to do
whole
it.
fucking house looks like a flea market.
I got the absolute highlighter bottle, so I'll fucking break over your head.
We had like we had size that are stuck in the doors.
You got Raphael size.
We used to stick
Quick, hit him with the Guns N' Roses glass mirror.
We were all in karate growing up, so we had every single weapon: tonfa, nunchucks, size.
You guys are Ninja Turtles, real Ninja Turtles.
Don't grab the bow staff. That's the dirtiest dumb shit.
No, it's good.
It'll stop you with my bow staff.
Just a stick.
Fuck your stick.
So he aimed it at me, and I got pissed off.
So you
flipped out,
chopped his hand.
So I hit his hand, and then it kind of like bent, and then I grabbed the sword from the
Now,
handle.
were you a Sharpie at this point?
Was this before or after Kimbo?
This is when the other side took me.
Okay, so you had
No,
the
this was
sword.
before. I
so
was
you-
19 years old.
So having the sword and having him at
18.
sword point was not enough. You had to chop his hand.
No, I didn't chop his hand. As I was holding it, because I was like, "Oh, you're gonna threaten me with a sword?" He goes, "What are you gonna do?" And then he turned on me and said, "What are you gonna do with that?" And he acted tough and he grabbed the blade. Like, "What are you gonna do with that?" And I go, "Oh." And I fucking slid it out from his hand. Fucking sliced his hand, and he's like, "Ah!" He started freaking out. I was like, "Oh!" Then I freaked out. And I
I'm
was
glad
like,
real people do actually do that, because every time a dodo villain does that in the movies, I'm like, no one will do that. A fucking idiot grab a sword.
Only a dumb brother would do that.
Yeah. Well, he didn't think
Only
I was gonna be
Mitch
an asshole.
Petruzzelli.
He didn't think I was gonna slide it. I was like, "Okay."
My God.
Then you
Did
took
he
him
have to
to
get
the hospital?
stitches? And
Well, he had to get a surgery, a tendon. I sliced a tendon. He had to get it reattached. He still can't
God damn, dude.
Fuck, man, you're an animal.
I love hearing
don't-
stories
don't
about
fuck with
child
me.
neglect where the parents weren't
my
paying
God.
attention to the kids fighting.
It's the same man that
It was like a
if you're
1 minute fight.
If you can see me right now, it's the same guy that eats your ass.
Doesn't matter.
You should have done your signature tiny chin punch.
Oh yeah,
Your little chin punch somehow.
I did that to my sister growing up.
you punched your
Oh,
sister.
you beat women.
Me and her.
Great.
Me and
You
her
have a
one night
sister?
said-
You
Who
don't know
are
her?
you?
You don't
I
know
have two
Beth
sisters.
Petruzzelli?
No, she jumped on my neck. We used to fight.
There's
we were
Seth,
bad.
Jeff, and Beth. Everybody knows that you fucking idiot.
Kirsten is my sister. She jumped on my back and it was like raking my eyes, and I was like,
Where's my sword? I need my chopping sword.
Yeah. So I kind of like judo tossed her off, and she ran after me with like a fist, and I was like, I swear to God, I didn't punch her.
Oh, yeah.
I held my
I just
fist
held my
out.
fist
Yeah,
out.
that's what people do. Yeah.
I didn't
That's
punch
a
you.
She
fucking
goes, "Oh,"
lie.
and ran into
That
it.
is a fucking
No.
lie.
It's like the
Nobody does.
I swear I put my fist out.
Nobody does that.
I
Nobody
did it.
does that.
I
She ran into my fist.
She ran into my fist.
Heard that one before.
I was like 13 years old.
There's a lot of
A lot of bad today.
falling down a flight of stairs. I was like, running my fist here.
What happened to Beth? I don't know. Me don't know. Me polishing swords. Get blood off.
All right, let's get out of
Yeah,
here.
let's get outta here.
We
Oh, that's it. Okay.
listen, everybody.
Seth had more
No,
depressing news.
I didn't have any more.
Be cool out there.
Be cool, bros.
Be cool,
Don't go crazy.
Mike B from the Underrated Show.
Don't be a dick.
I'm really sorry, but
Don't drive drunk.
I have a really hard time sympathizing with you.
Wash your hands.
Yeah,
Try
yeah.
not to touch your face.
Yeah. Do all the stuff.
Just be smart. You know, like you don't have to freak out. You don't have to panic, but you also don't have to not. You don't have to be flippant and fly in the face of what professionals and scientists and doctors are telling you. Just be smart.
Here's what's not good for you. Don't go home, put on the news, and then just watch it all
it's garbage.
day, every day. You get get what they suggest from the scientist, and or go on the CDC and just follow that. And
Honestly,
then,
best thing I saw was from Questlove from The Roots when he was like, man, you don't understand the psychological, the mental aspect that this has. That's why I do think it's important for us to come in here and to try to laugh and make some jokes. And I know it's weird. I know today was weird. I apologize for that. Hopefully I didn't...
I don't think it was weird at all.
support.
Yeah, I had
I
fun
think we
today.
just feel that it is, but it's not.
Yeah, it just feels quiet. It feels empty. It feels weird. It does. I think...
We were in Mellow Mushroom yesterday, and it was dead inside there. And then we asked the staff, we're like, hey...
That's the thing. A lot of
and they're
local
like,
businesses are going to suffer.
We're trying to
Thank
keep
God the
busy.
gym's
And
not
like,
good. Gym of all places I thought people would. It's been packed this whole week.
yeah.
I'm going to do my best
good.
to try to find places like I saw a post from Will's Pub. They had to cancel a lot of events. You know, something as simple as just going there. Now, look, you don't have to touch everything. Go in there and have a beer. Just go in there and have a beer.
Yeah.
It's $5. But, you know, that plus the tip to the bartender, that, you know, that staff, when he shuts down, He can't pay his staff.
Also,
you got to think of that kind of shit. Like all of our clients that we have, all of our businesses we have.
Yeah.
You know, go to Johnny's, have a fucking hamburger.
And for the love of God, don't go to the store and buy more than you need.
Yeah, honestly.
Because
trying to find toilet paper yesterday was ridiculous, and I was legitimately out.
Here's what I
and
want to start.
You guys are welcome to come over my house and use
10
my
cases
bidet.
of water. I'm like, you don't need that.
No,
much
here's what I
fucking
want to
water.
start, and it starts with the BDM page. I want to start like, look, man, if I got extra toilet paper and you need some
let's
shit, come
help.
pick it up.
Yeah.
You know, like because I know it'll come back around. Yeah, supply share. You
I got
need
about
some shit.
30 of these left, and I'll sell them for $5.
You're gouging, sir.
It doesn't do anything. Quit wearing the goddamn
No,
face
it
mask.
stops me from touching my nose.
It makes him look like Sub-Zero.
Finish him. So and we got the BDM community, and I think we can all help each other out. And if any good comes from this, it'll be the fact that we do the right thing, and we support each other, and we all come through the other side of this, and without panicking, without spreading misinformation and all this bullshit.
Yeah, that's another thing. Be careful what you post on your social medias and whatnot. You know, be careful what you retweet. Be careful what you re-Facebook.
It's all part of society's feeling,
It's
like
the
general.
It's the new way we communicate.
Yeah. So then you see a bunch of negativity, you see a bunch of one side or the other. People turn into a political thing, and it's all bullshit. Let's just, like we've always said, be cool, and it'll all be fine.
Yep.
Speaking of supporting small business, Travis will tell you about some watering holes. Every business could use, especially the small ones, could use a little bit of help right now.
Yeah, right. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on this weekend as far as large events. I mean, just due to the everyone's kind of being aware of everything. But definitely check out some of our sponsors. I mean, we got Cafe Da Vinci, Johnny's Other Side, the West End Trading Company,
Perfect places
Celery
for
City.
beers. Pop in. Like, I'm serious. You're coming home from
Just
work.
supporting them, yeah.
It's 5:30. You know, you knew you got to work. You hated it anyway. Call your wife or husband. Tell them, hey, I'm going to pop in. I'm going to have one beer and head out. Something as simple as that could really help out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So anyway, I know that we're all in a weird little mood because
it is weird.
But I was talking to Crystal about, we're used to like in Florida. In Florida, where like when a hurricane comes, it kind of like it has this feeling where everybody's
it's the calm before the storm. But there's gonna be
it's panic right now. Everyone's going out and buying everything up.
Wow,
and
our
acting
Publix.
crazy.
Good luck getting a parking spot over there.
Yeah.
That place is
and then like
butt-fucked.
watching the news and stuff like. But it is a weird feeling that everybody in the world is also going through. Like like I have friends in DC and California, and you talk to them, and then it's like everybody's the same. Like so, it does show you like, man, we're all the same. Like where everybody lives in the same shit. And my wife told me a long time ago.
Better than a lot of people.
She when she became a realtor, like when showing people's houses, going in a lot of people's houses, she's like, man, we're all the same.
Yeah, we are.
Like we're all basically the
same
fucking
shit, man.
same people. We all live the same lives. We're all doing the same shit.
Couple of different shades of color, maybe covered different way you dress, maybe your eye color. Other than that,
maybe you're into
exactly
something different.
the fucking same.
Yeah. And we got to remember that.
Is the soapy butt picture up? People want to know.
Oh my God! You should have never talked about that. By the way, I've gotten more
she
emails.
brought it up.
And
Seth, you don't know
Seth
this yet,
doesn't
do
know
you?
about it yet.
I've been
He doesn't listen to the
deleting.
show.
I have been deleting
Naked picture
emails and
crystal.
replying to people because, like, I'm just being real with you
On the
because
show?
I know
On
we're on
the
the
BDM page?
brink of a pandemic here. We're in it. I'm just gonna be real with you.
Naked picture of Crystal.
You and your wife should have never talked about the fact that you are so fucking freaky, dude.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that
I'm
you guys.
not.
He has one on his
Everybody thinks that you guys are some butt fucking crazy like sex cowboys.
We're not. That's what this. Okay,
Dude, I'll trade you pics.
Yeah.
All
Oh, he's
right.
back in.
Did you hear the way he said that? Hold on, he didn't say that in show voice.
got
He
one.
said that in Seth friend voice. He's like, hey, I'll show them. He was all comfortable and he got real happy.
I got permission from the girlfriend. I could show you.
I've seen her
Oh.
Instagram.
Hold on a
Her
second.
booty's everywhere.
Yeah, she got a good booty too.
Yeah.
I might have. She might be my new friend on Instagram too.
It just we talked about on the BDM.
No, I
segment.
actually think I've been in limbo. Tell her to activate my friend request.
On the BDM show.
I've been in limbo. I'm not a creeper.
So anyway, and we redid our bathroom, which by the way, my wife, they installed the toilet, and I told her to buy the best toilet she could buy at the goddamn Lowe's or whatever. And she's like, I'm sorry, I must have bought an extra small toilet.
An extra small?
And I was like, why? Because she told me, she's like, I bought the biggest one they had. But
just the size of the butthole. It's so tiny. It's like shitting in a Coke can.
And then she's like, I'm
I've done that before. I can teach her how to do it.
All right, do you want Seth to come over and show your wife how to shit in a tiny toilet?
Anyway.
Is it a child's toilet?
So I have no idea. I don't know why.
That would be a great prank to shit in the kids'
You gotta put your dick and balls
Tommy,
out
what
the
did you
shit.
do?
It's a little person toilet. You got to hang your dick and balls over the toilet.
So,
you gotta pee into a cup.
You
and
gotta
then
be
shit in the
you
bowl.
gotta be careful with. Yeah, you gotta carry a cup with you because if you start shitting, you're gonna start peeing and you're pee on the floor.
And anyway, she decided that she wanted to put up this blown up picture in the bathroom.
How big?
She got sexy photos for Tom
Yeah.
for like his
Boudoir.
birthday or
Boudoir.
something.
Yeah.
And one of them was
Yeah.
a soapy butt pic.
Yeah.
Really?
And
Yeah.
one of them, and one of them is a cucumber with whipped cream on the top.
No.
Don't talk about the cucumber.
No, it wasn't
Cucumber.
cucumber. No,
I made that up.
It wasn't
really
that
extreme.
didn't happen.
And so there's a soapy butt picture. It's just basically like her butt, and then.
Can you see a face or anything?
No,
or is
no,
it just an ass?
It's just ass.
So it's just a huge ass.
Is it horizontal or is it vertical? I just need to
She's
take a
standing.
mental
Spreading it,
picture.
we can see her pink asshole.
Standing. Okay.
Oh, she's standing?
God damn it.
Too far. Can I see her pink asshole?
Come on.
He's too far.
Don't snort through the mask.
Can I see a pink
Come
asshole?
on, stop it.
You get it.
You can't do anything, bro.
No, he's saying he hopes he gets the corona.
What are you gonna do?
He hopes he gets corona.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. No, I can't do anything.
Wait, she's standing in the photo?
She's standing.
I thought she was poking
thought
her
it was-
butt out of the tub.
out of the bathtub.
No.
I gotta rethink this whole image.
Yeah,
now.
so do I.
We're gonna have to see
Can you
it.
just show us?
Yeah, come on.
Show us.
Show us.
I gotta
Show
say,
us.
Soapy butt, soapy butt, soapy butt, soapy butt, soapy butt,
butt.
soapy
I
butt.
don't know.
but it's dark. So you know the picture.
Wait,
So
she's
it's like,
got black
so it's like
ass?
artistic.
Yeah, you know, like Death
Oh my
Row
god,
Records.
she's in blackface showing her soapy butt. Oh my god.
Everything's white except for her face.
It's total blackface.
It went black butt.
Black butt.
Which I don't
Never
think
go
is racist.
full black butt. My god.
I don't think it's racist.
And but they put the red lips around the
Oh,
butt
black
cheeks.
booty
It's
shampoo.
real bad. Real bad.
God damn it.
Why would you do
I
that?
don't want to talk about this.
Time for a butt.
Anyway,
People want to know what's happening. Is it hanging up or what?
It's not up yet.
Oh, it's up. It's up right now. You want to see it? I'm hard as a fucking
Come
rock.
on. She's
Can you hold up a six-pack with your boat?
No, come on.
I think I can.
I think she's second guessing it now
I hope
because
you
second guessing it.
she told
It's already made.
some people.
Yeah,
I know.
auction that shit.
She told some people, and they were like, they were confused by it, and then
Yeah.
so
Well, who does she tell?
she.
Her mom.
As long as it's
You
artistically
can't
done.
tell
it's
it's her.
You can't even
Right.
see the
Like,
builder.
It could be just like something you buy at
Bed Bath.
Fairvilla?
I don't know where you'd buy that.
Yeah,
but
does it look like the
it's
bathroom
artistic.
at at a
So
head
it's
shop?
just,
or-
it's just one picture. It's not like 3 different poses. Like
No.
So is it like one of those like printed on metal, so it's like
Yeah, you
light
put it
sensitive,
on
so you can turn
metal.
it down and like it glows, almost like aircraft aluminum? Like,
yeah.
Oh,
my
you know,
God.
is it like the
your bathroom looks like a horny monster garage.
That's a cheap fucking shit you buy at the goddamn flea market. It's like a waterfall. It's like, look at
I got my. She got her ass printed on a touch lamp.
Yeah.
Is it like the pictures at
No.
Roxy,
You
like
gotta
Guilt
touch
nightclub?
You gotta touch
yeah.
it 3 times to dim it right.
ooh, that'd be nice.
Then
Those are nice. With the girls with the Star Trooper helmet with that just sitting there naked with their just boobies hanging.
no,
out.
that's frontal.
So where is it
That's
being
guilt.
stored since it's not hung up?
Yeah, they have all naked
It's in the
pictures like
storage
girls.
unit. I know it is.
Is
I'm
it
gonna
in the
go.
garage?
I'm going over to the storage unit after this.
Let's roll, dude.
What if the French witch is just holding it?
I guess it'll eventually be in the bathroom, and which I told her, I'm like, people are going to, like, when we do a pool party or whatever, like people are gonna
Me and
wander in
Bubba
there.
were planning on breaking into your house next week while you were in
I'll
Colorado.
come to a pool
That
party and then lock
aspect.
myself in there for 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
God.
I only need
Christ,
like
you
2.
have an ED?
No, I need to.
10 minutes? My God.
I need to like picture her walking in, like and like.
Walking in?
My God.
I need a whole scenario in my head.
All right, Louis C.K.
What happened to this plant in the bathroom?
Well, I'll put more suds on the picture.
God damn it.
White bullets of soapy butt.
Come on.
This went too far. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked for the update.
I'm gonna get this phone from you after this is over. After we go,
I don't think it's on his phone.
No, you didn't take a picture.
No, it is.
I guarantee he
I'm
took a
sure
picture.
she sent a picture to him. Here's how you know what he's talking about. The old metal butt painting is he'll go outside.
Yeah, because I don't want to hear.
He's like, all right, so you ordered the butt painting? Are you clown me?
All right. Be safe out there. We'll.
I just want to plug my German phone.
Okay.
It's a small business. We gotta.
Oh, hey, the mummy from weeks ago. When the mummy wants to weigh in on your gym. What do you think about the jungle, mummy? Oh shit! Ruined my own joke.
No, you blew
it.
What do you think, mummy? Oh shit! There he is.
Oh, I forgot about the mummy in my story.
He's so great.
The jungle.
JungleOrlando.com. Little Gorillas classes. We got tons of kids signing up. It's frenzy.
It's right in the hot zone.
Yeah, it's good.
It's right in the middle. It's right in the middle of Chinatown on Mills 50. It's the perfect spot.
Yeah,
Guys.
it's right there in Little Vietnam. Bring your kid there to incubate them crazy.
I'm sure there's nobody flying in from China in that part of town.
What do you think about getting your temperature checked before you play karate, mummy? I thought so.
If you're looking for something more traditional, then you do have Karate of Orlando, myself teaching a traditional martial art.
Corona of Orlando.
And then just follow me on Instagram at Silverback Seth.
All right. What's your the Instagram for your fucking tampon card?
I don't want to say that because everyone's following that instead of my main account now.
They are, and then they'll comment. I follow
How
his
many followers
I follow
are
the
there?
tampon
not
card,
that many.
and then he'll put up a new picture, and people will be like, "Yeah, sweet tampon, bro."
I'm getting bullied on my. It's at Bad Cats
at tampon
at Bad Cat with 2 T's 797.
All right.
That's my.
You should just call it You should just call it
The
world's
tampon?
fastest tampon. You'd get 100 million more followers.
Yeah.
And I just got new tampon Nikes. I got them custom. The Nike swoosh is blood drips from.
I saw that. You put them online, right?
Yeah, I put 'em online.
I saw those, and they look like he's wearing two poofy.
Looks
Nike
like I kicked
tampons.
somebody in the twat.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a twat kick.
A twat kick.
All right. See
That's how I
you
feel
later.
about this episode.
Bye.